We're talking about this before the show. You got a short week, Thursday night, Twin Peaks with me and Big Joe. I don't know what time we fire up this bad boy. 5:30 is when I got to do until 5:30, and then Big Joe joins me with the Colts pregame huddle at Twin Peaks, which should be fun. But this is going to be for the lead, the advantage in the AFC South. Now, before you say that it's a I'm Mr. Must Win, right? But remember, the Texans they got the Pats on the back end of this bad boy. Now, the Colts, they got to go in mid-December to New Orleans, and you still got to go to Jacksonville. I mean, really, it would be great if the Colts got T.Y. Hilton back and T.Y. Hilton goes down there and does the T.Y. Hilton things against Houston. There's no way in the world, right? I mean, granted, I wouldn't be surprised if he popped back up. I haven't seen any numbers as today or anything anybody has said as far as expectations. And we kind of discussed this yesterday. You know, whose decision was this going to be? I mean, if it's up to T.Y. Hilton. But T.Y. Hilton has had ownership for whatever reason of this team. This was the first win for the Colts without T.Y. Hilton. Another amazing stat right there. 2 100-yard rushers, not since the duo of Albert Bentley and Randy McMillan way back. I want to say 85, back in the day. At the season of 85. The 85 Bears, winners of Super Bowl 20. Hell, we just saw Albert Bentley last weekend down at the Bullseye Event Center with bullseyeeventgroup.com. But yesterday was much needed. I mean, it was much needed. And, yeah, shout out to the second half, because that is when this team picked it up. Now, I'm bummed about Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack was having a great game, and Marlon Mack with surgery. We'll talk about that with Rick Venturi. Jonathan Williams getting the 13 carries for 116 yards. They just look certainly more cohesive, without question, with Jacoby Brissett making the decisions in there. And you're thinking, too, against Houston, this is something else that Kyle and I talked about before the show. You don't have J.J. Watt, so, man, it'd be great if you could have T.Y., you'd be able to throw it to T.Y. and not have to put up with, because you remember that first Houston game here, Mark Glowinski, and listen, this is not all on him. Everybody's going to have a huge problem with J.J. Watt. He had a tremendously huge problem with J.J. Watt. But you would like to think they're going to be capable of doing something. Now, it's a short week, but it's also a short week for the Texans. It's a short week for the Texans, and they just got absolutely brutalized. I mean, beaten down by the Ravens yesterday. You know, we kind of talked about whether or not that was going to be a battle of potential MVPs for the 2019 season. And, yeah, the Texans had to go to A.J. McCarron. And they were all over, and I mean all over Deshaun Watson. Thursday is one of those games, and hopefully you see the reason why a guy like Justin Houston is so valuable. We'll have a great breakdown of it. Must listen to coming up at 4:30 with Rick Venturi regarding yesterday's game. And that was needed. Absolutely needed. And really a dominant second half. Yeah, Nick Foles back, really didn't offer very much. Kind of interesting, too. I mean, you think about Nick Foles. Nick Foles had that first drive where you go, oh, man, here we go. But then the Colts answered and didn't look back. So they're now 6-4, which I'm assuming most of you, at the beginning of the season, everybody would have taken to this point 6-4. Now, knowing where this team had been prior to losing 2 consecutive, you probably are going to analyze that and or criticize that number a little bit more, because so much more was expected after the wins over Kansas City and the win over Houston. And then you kind of go into the shell. You look bad against Denver. You win that. And then the back-to-back losses. And, again, that wart on the resume for 2019 is last weekend. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, hell, you saw Buffalo. Like, Buffalo goes to Miami and takes care of business. 37-20. And that is going to be a sore spot and leave a mark for everybody around here for the remainder of the season, no matter what takes place. It just will. So your thoughts at 239-1070. Email the address at JMV at 1070thefan.com. I know you don't care. I know it's probably not the biggest part of the game, but I do have to salute. It was the greatest all-time touchdown, turned over, non-touchdown scoring, touchdown celebration with the keg stand. I mean, that was the greatest of all time, non-touchdown division. Ezekiel Elliott had a good one yesterday, too, though. Kind of pointing fun at Dak Prescott and his pregame workout ritual. But the keg stand was well thought out and awesome, and if there's anybody around here that digs on a swell keg stand, it would be me. Like if Terre Haute PD or Live PD Terre Haute, if that had been back in like 91 and 92, then I'd be on that thing all the time. It'd be like nonstop keg stands. They'd be busting all my keg stands. I loved that. That part was great. You go the other way, and there's no doubt. You go that way, and there is. But the celebration was sweet. And I was digging on the keg stand. And we'll see what they have for Houston coming up on Thursday. Man, they are, between the Colts and the Pacers, how many damn dudes do they have out? How many guys do they have injured? I mean, it took like 2 pages for the Pacers on their official Twitter account to release how many names are going to be unavailable later on tonight. And I'll give it up to Domas. Domas is playing, and Domas looked about as uncomfortable as we've seen him look in a long time. And that was courtesy of the Wesley Matthews half-ass blockout when he was going up in the air. That wasn't whistled for anything the other night by the best in the world. Now we'll give Wesley Matthews credit. Did try to help him up, but he dinged him up good. Looks like he's going to give it a go with Brooklyn later on tonight. But they have an absolute scroll of guys that are out. I mean, you put them right in line with the Colts. I was doing drop-off line sports this morning, and everybody continues to ask about, why does this happen? It happens to everybody, but we just focus in on it more because it's happening here. We probably say that anywhere. Oh, what's going on there? Why can't these guys stay healthy? We'd probably say that anywhere. Now, it does seem as if it is unusually large week after week, but hell, you go back a month, and this team was completely healthy. And we broke the rule of karma by saying, hey, look, this team is completely healthy. I remember that day, and I knocked on wood right here. And since that point in time, you can't talk about the Colts without hearing the MASH theme song. It's been so bad. But moving to 6-4 is a big deal. A short week going to Houston. Am I wrong about this? Is there anybody feel like since the Colts have been so successful in Houston, this doesn't seem as bad as it would, or what? We'll probably be regretting this statement come Friday morning. But Houston certainly is a place where the Colts have had a lot of success. Houston has been a place, for whatever reason, they've never really been able to figure things out. Unless they just have subpar. If they were to start like A.J. McCarron, they'd probably win by 2 touchdowns. It's really only when they have incredibly awful quarterbacks. It's like this with Adam Vinatieri. Like every week now, and part of me is serious and part of me is in jest, all right? But every week, just to go with the karma or ride the streak, right? I mean, you got to ride a streak. You guys all have watched Bull Durham. You don't blank with a streak. So bring some dudes in and have them kick a little bit and then send them on their way. I'm not sure that's what helped Adam Vinatieri, but again, you don't blank with a streak. There's one huge reason why I've walked in the same damn door here for like 10 years. I'm not blanking with a streak. I'm afraid one of these days that my key fob's not going to work and I won't be able to walk through that door again. So I'll walk through the same damn one every day. So if that's the reason why, that's the reason why. Seriously, Houston should start A.J. McCarron. Guys are asking about Devin Funchess. It did not sound last week as if this guy was anywhere near ready. I mean, they talked about having to come back from, the bone heal. The bone has to heal. Like when I heard the bone has to heal, that never sounds good. Your bruise healing, your wart healing, your fingernail healing, your zit healing. That all sounds okay. He's going to play on Thursday. Your bone healing didn't really give me a good feeling about Thursday. Man, it'd be nice. You got to give it up, too. Marcus Johnson, Zach Pascal, Marcus Johnson especially. Who would have thought this guy was going to play as major of a role? The other thing we didn't get a chance to talk about, because it did not happen until over the weekend, is Deion Kane got picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. See, I don't view this as other people do, and here's why. And I said this, and they kind of used this on a video back in the summertime. It was jest, and I enjoyed it. I did. But it was, Deion Kane working his way back and, driving in and listening to me say, hey, what do you know about Deion Kane? I mean, he's never shown anything other than, like in the preseason, in camp. You've never seen anything. What do you know? Why should you lean? Because I always said, you need to go out and get another type of playmaking wide receiver. The counter always was, well, you got this guy and that guy, and then one of these days, Deion Kane is going to be out of this world. And it wasn't always on you. I mean, in large part, everybody that covers the Colts around here, for some reason or the other, and sometimes it happens, they were in love with Deion Kane, and it didn't work out here. At all here. So, to me, I kind of look at it as, late round pick, so what? But other people look at it as there was so much conversation made up about him that makes it a big deal. I don't know if it makes it a big deal. I mean, everything was just so created. This huge bubble of expectation was created that I, for one, I didn't think was ever going to be met anyway. And I think you guys were kind of fed that, and you guys digested it, and then talked to your friends and neighbors and bar mates and water cooler conversation about it, and it all became this urban legend of sorts about, well, this guy's going to be great one of these days. And then, that's kind of how it ended over the weekend. So if you guys want to discuss that, we can at 239-1070. Email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. I do. I can't wait to get Rick on here to figure out why in the world these guys seemingly play down to their competition or play up to their competition. And if that just has to do with the makeup of the team, is that just because they're not that great? They're not that bad? I mean, is that a coaching aspect that plays a role here? Why do you think? Somebody sent me an email this morning that said, why is this team so Jekyll and Hyde? And I simply said, because I don't think they're that great and they're not that bad. And that's a horrible answer, and I was very apologetic for it, but that's what I feel. They're not that great, not that bad. And I've said this all along. They can play with anybody, but they can also be beaten by anybody. And we have seen a couple of different examples of that level of play this year. And, is that the makeup of this team? Is that coaching? Is there a blame to be placed here? You're still a year away from being legit. Should you be happy at 6-4 because the QB bailed 2 weeks before the start of the season? And then you had to navigate midway through the season without your starter for, a game and a half? I mean, should you feel good about 6-4? And again, trying to feel good about 6-4, and I am right there with you. At the beginning of the season, I said, hell yeah. But then, having gone through, those stretches where they looked really good, you're thinking, boy, they were in great position, and they just couldn't take advantage of it. So now it puts them in this point on Thursday night where you need to win. There's still going to be opportunities to gain ground, but you really need to win. It'd be great to get out in front by a game and then to have ownership of the tiebreaker with Houston and then know that they're going to have to play New England. That part would be great. Now, again, it's not like you're playing with, like a couple of people said, well, you're kind of playing with house money because of that dynamic, but because, you already have beaten Houston. No, because the expectations are still high here, and because you blew a couple of games that you damn well should have won. And that puts you in a situation, for me, tagging yesterday must win. Or maybe going with Thursday being must win. Probably going with Thursday being must win. So, full-scale discussion. We'll do that coming up on the other side, too. Pacers, Brooklyn, I mentioned that. Another laundry list of injured players. They had to red-eye some dude named Long that played at Iowa State in from Maine overnight. Friday night, Saturday morning, to get him here in time to play. And my man looked like, he looked like it. And nothing against him. What are you going to do? You get up off your plane and you go in and you go, you're going to have to play, and this is the offense you're going to run. And that whole game was a mess. They hung in it for a while, and then Antetokounmpo took over with his Euro travels. And I'm telling you what, some of the most picturesque, and it was called one time. And did you guys notice who called it? Right? You guys notice who called that carry the other night? It was what's his nuts? What's his name? We make fun of it. Now I just lost the name. I was going to go for a big finish, and I just faded. What's his name called it the other night? The carry. He does carry it every time. I heard Chris and Quinn, but you could call it. I'm not going to call it every time. He's a superstar. He's the MVP. Ed Malloy called it. It was Ed Malloy that called that carry. I don't know when's the last time I saw a damn carry called in the NBA. But I almost stood up and I applauded. I mean, anybody, if you got hands that are like the side of Rhode Island, you're going to be able to cross people over pretty easy if you're allowed to just carry that thing. Ed Malloy, shout out. We don't normally give Ed Malloy shout outs on this show. But as a part of the best in the world, well done. Well done. So he was Euro traveling and carrying it all over the joint and just shredded up the Pacers. Why is it that I sit here before you, Kyle, and I just don't like Mike Budenholzer? I don't like him 1 ounce. Why is that? Why? I mean, he's pretty nondescript. I should really.
Nothing that stands out about him. That make you
I should embrace his offense because it's pretty much drive and kick and shoot threes. This whole offense is based around the 3-point line.
It's the modern. NBA.
I should be aroused by his offense and his presence more than I'm just not down with it. Right? I don't know why.
Maybe you want the Pacers to play like that a little bit more? Jealous of it?
I kind of am jealous a little bit. I can't believe I actually watched a stinking NBA game and both Lopez brothers are on the same team. I know. They same thing at Stanford. I can't believe I watch an NBA game with both Lopez's on the team. I'll be completely honest with you. And he goes and gets it, and he plays hard. He comes off the bench as a big. There's no way in the world I could watch game after game Robin Lopez on a team. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I should embrace it. I should. Maybe I will one of these days because I'm not a Milwaukee hater. Really, the Pacers had some moments. I mean, Milwaukee came out, and they weren't hitting anything. But, man, they'll stick you with a run. They will stick you with a run, and when they really want to score, they'll isolate, as they did half a dozen times, Antetokounmpo against Sabonis or against Justin Holiday or, God forbid, Miles. And they'll isolate him, and it's lights out. And he'll Euro travel and carry it all. Done. He's almost should be allowed to do that. I mean, he's just such a freakish athlete. He should be allowed to do that, right? Or should they call it closer, saying, you know what, at least give the other dudes a chance? We can discuss that. Here's my thought on IU and Penn State on Saturday. And on the fourth down. And I know I got bombarded with, hey, it's just like Pagano, just like the Colts. Please, for the love of God. And I haven't coached a football game, and I'm not about to, and I don't care about being in anybody's locker room, and I'm not going to go home and watch film. But let me tell you this. When you're on fourth down, all right, Don't in Happy Valley where nothing's ever gone right for you. Don't screw around. Don't get cute. If you want to punt the ball away. Let your defense play it. If you want to go for it, go for it. But for the love of God, don't screw around with it. I mean, don't screw around with it. Because, I mean, it's still Indiana, and at some point, I mean, you haven't shaken loose of, well, it's still Indiana football just yet. I mean, you're trying really hard to do it. But at some point, that is still going to jump up and bite you. Just don't let it. Don't put yourself in that situation. Oh, man. And you call a timeout, and you go, okay, here's what we're doing. What? Yeah. Just punt it away. Punt it away. Go for it. Anything but that. Everybody agree? All right, 239-1070. Email address is jmv@1070thefan.com. So let me get this straight. So Southport kids, so the Southport coach has been dirty and has done something, the basketball coach there. And he came from South Bend. Oh, yeah, because Southport's a destination. Southport is not a destination. Southport is the only thing destinational about Southport is one of the greatest gyms of all time. Everything else is largely debatable. I mean, from top to bottom in that joint. Top to bottom. So let me get this straight. You're going to have kids on this team that are not allowed because of whatever has transpired with this coach in illegally paying tuition, in recruiting somebody. These kids are not going to be allowed to play in the sectional because of this. Hey, man, coach, if you did, walk away, dude. Walk away. All right? Walk away. If you really did that, walk away. Or if you didn't really do that, start screaming from the mountaintop. Maybe get a little bit of love, a little bit of help from your administration down there. I know they're not known for that. But maybe do that. Maybe get the superintendent up from his nap and say, hey, maybe you should say something here. If you didn't do it. But those kids don't deserve that. How irate would any of your parents out there be if that happened to one of your kids on a team, if you were a senior? I hope this works out. I hope this works out for the sake of the kids, because those kids don't deserve that. That is a bunch of crap. A bunch of, and I don't know, listen, if there's a way you can rework it, Bobby, rework it. I mean, if something Southport can do, I know they offered up a 2-game suspension or whatever, and they had, Bob Bohannon had to speak, and Bob Bohannon's a good dude. Where's the superintendent? Drawing up coaching philosophies on his blackboard. But that's lame for those kids. Completely lame. And that's my stance until I hear something more. And if it's not the coach's fault and he's vindicated, we will say you're vindicated. But if it is, for God's sake, let these kids play. They don't deserve that. I didn't do anything. One was a part of it. He's ruled ineligible. Why should these kids have to sit for the sectional? Because you go to Southport? Hell, at times that'd be bad enough. You ought to be proud that they're actually going there and not deciding to go to Ron Colley. Like they should have. Quick break. Colts stuff on the other side. Pacers stuff too. And we'll dive back into the college football stuff. Rick Venturi is must listen coming up at 4:30. Back with you next.
AFC West matchup on another side of the border in Mexico tonight between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Steve Barry from the Sports Plus Network here to preview this one.
Yeah, KC and LA Chargers trying it once again in Mexico City. KC laying 3.5. The total's 52. KC coming in at 6-4. The Chargers at 4-6. With a win, they would only be a game behind Kansas City. Kansas City with a win would pretty much lock up the AFC West. Guys, before you throw your hard-earned money away on a hunch, give us a call and find out what we know about this game at no charge. You owe yourself that much. You will call us back in the future. We're making a lot of people in Indianapolis a lot of money. Make the call. We'll give you the winner of Kansas City, LA Chargers at no charge. 1-888-895-6555. Chiefs Chargers winner at no charge from Sports Plus Network.
Hey, it's Stan Dockage for Family Leisure. It's the Man Cave sale happening right now. It's time to spoil Dad and give Mom some space. Starting with great seats. Check out our huge in-stock selection of theater seats and massage chairs. Next up, the entertainment from dartboards to pool tables and everything in between. Shuffleboard tables, now only $19.99. Add the finishing touch with a bar and bar stools, pub tables, wall art, and more. Man Cave sale going on now at Family Leisure.
Well, family and fun come together.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Your world moves fast. Welcome to Velo, the nicotine product that was made to keep up. Velo is the modern take on nicotine. They're pouches that are made for you, made for right now. Because with no spit, no smoke, and no hassles, there are no limits to where you can go. So whatever your destination is, Velo's ready. Velo, no limits. Visit Velo.com. Website restricted to age 21 plus tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
Every year, Indianapolis weather gets more and more unpredictable. If your furnace acts the same way, it might be time for a new one. Hi, this is Corey Kreitzberger, General Manager at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. We've been customizing HVAC systems to fit homes and budgets for over 60 years. So call 855-1-HOUR for your new furnace.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. License 8001-0668.
It's about more than X's and O's. And it's about so much more than winning and losing. This is high school football in Indiana, and there's nothing quite like it. It's about passion, cheerleaders and marching bands, painted faces, and frenzied fans. It's about action. The pitches and passes, the fakes and flea flickers, the Hail Marys and Statues of Liberty. And it's about pride. In your team and in your school. It's about standing strong for your community. Make plans this weekend to go to a high school football game. A semi-state championship is on the line. It's winner takes all. High school football in Indiana. It's fun. It's affordable. It's for your whole family. Kickoff is Friday night at 7 p.m. Be there.
Weekends are made for football, and the DraftKings Sportsbook app can make your weekend even better. Actually, with all the sports action happening this time of year, the DraftKings Sportsbook app can get you in on the action 24/7, 365. DraftKings Sportsbook is America's top-rated sportsbook app, and this week, DraftKings is running a first touchdown scorer promotion. Just bet on the first touchdown score in the Indy-Houston game and get protected with your wager back if they score at any point in the game. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code WFNI when you sign up. For a limited time, all new and existing users can get a deposit bonus up to $500. That's code WFNI for all new and existing users to get a deposit bonus up to $500. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Indiana only. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. See site for details. Gambling problem, 800-9-WITH-IT.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Located out in Danville and serving Hendricks and surrounding counties, owner Danny Reinhardt says this truly is a family business.
My 3 children, Kevin, Corey, and Kim, they all work for me. I have another gentleman that's been with me since I started, Stumpy, and he still works for me. And then Brian come to work for us in 2006, and so we really, truly are a family business.
Give Reinhardt a call at 745-4526. Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Twin Peaks is your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl, and you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. The 2020 Twin Peaks calendar is here. The calendar has $75 in savings throughout the year, and $5 from every calendar purchased is donated straight to Folds of Honor. You're welcome. Get yours in store or online at twinpeaksrestaurant.com/shop. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
It is the best part of your game day experience. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Titans and the Colts. Get your Colts VIP tailgate passes right now. It is the absolute best. All you can eat, all you can drink. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Join us for Franciscan Health's Movember Tailgate Party, Saturday, November 23rd from 11 to 2 at Books and Brews on Shelby Street. Free food, health screenings, prizes, and more.
24 hours a day.
Let's start right there.
7 days a week.
Sounds like we got ourselves a deal here.
The Fans Colts insider Kevin Bowen brings you Indy's best, latest, and greatest team updates. Free access to your favorite team, your favorite players, and your favorite multimedia journalist.
Jacoby Brissett's backup until you make that veteran QB move.
Kevin Bowen, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan, and online at 1075thefan.com. The Ride with JMV.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper, make it fast. I'm in a damn hurry.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Williams to the right of Brissett out of the gun. Ball's on the near hash. In motion now is Nyheim Hines. Hines is in the backfield behind Brissett in a pistol formation. They give it to Hines. No, it's Brissett running with it. Brissett to the end zone. Touchdown! Jacoby Brissett, a 5-yard scamper. Jacoby to Painter. Touchdown, INDY. And the Colts now lead it 23-7.
Hey, Skyler, I worked out yesterday, you know. That whole thing worked out. I did it. I did it myself yesterday. You proud? They got 3 engineers in here. They hate my guts. I know they do. Matt Taylor, the call right there for the Colts Radio Network. 239-1070, telephone number. You want to jump in about yesterday's game. If you can figure out why this team is so up and down and why they can tease you a little bit with a nice win like yesterday or on the road in Kansas City or at home against Houston, but then also play down to the level as they have for the 3 weeks prior before yesterday. Any and all observations. JMV, Colts are 3-0 in the AFC South. A win out again versus South is key to winning the division. So, yes, you're telling me to just go right ahead and tag that a must-win. You guys want the must-win. Must-win at all costs Thursday in Houston. Put Q in at running back. All right, as much as I like that, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, it was glorious, and the keg stand touchdown celebration was awesome. The greatest I have seen. I mean, it hits me right here, right? I mean, it gets me right here. If you're watching on YouTube, my heart. Got my Warriors t-shirt on right now. The movie. I'm right here next to, it hits me right here next to Cochise. At my heart. The keg stand celebration. I do love it so. But let's not get ahead. I just want to see this team become consistent, and hopefully now down the stretch here, they can become consistent. Because, again, this is a team, you can win the division outright, but you can also let a lot of folks down and make it a miserable offseason. I agree with you. Hey, Jamie, the keg stand was awesome. It was also awesome that a bunch of people didn't even get it. Yeah, the keg stand's kind of an odd thing. You know, unless you went through it. I'm assuming most of you, a lot of you, have gone through the keg stand before. But it's pretty damn awesome. I'll give it up. That's from Chris. Is it just me, or does Marvell Tell's coverage look much better than Rock Yassin? I'm going to give Rock some credit yesterday because we've been all over him. But there are times when that's the tell. No pun intended, Chris. Thank you. Hey, Jamie, the Colts played down to their competition the last 2 weeks because of Brian Hoyer. My brother, they played down to their competition against Denver with Jacoby Brissett. I think they'll be fine as long as Jacoby is playing. And I'm not going to argue with you over that, but, you know, if it's not for a 35-yarder and a horse collar tackle and that hookup between Brissett and T.Y. Hilton, you're talking about a 3-game losing skid. And there are some of these losses I know that we've tagged on Vinatieri. By the way, Chris Ballard, bring some kickers in this week. Don't mess with the streak. Bring some kickers in. I know you won't, but I'm a very superstitious dude. Don't mess with the streak. And now hopefully they have found a comfort zone. Hopefully. I'm not sure that they have, but I certainly hope so. Yeah, that was fun yesterday. You guys had a lot of fun inside the building. But a lot of things got back on track. A lot of things that we complained about, we spent the better part of what? Last week talking about, offensive line, where's it been? Running game, where's it been? Kicking game, gone. Got to get rid of the kicker. Got to bring somebody else in. We spent the better part of that week talking about that. And those are three major cogs that helped them win and win decisively as they did against the division rival yesterday. So as much as we rip it off and criticize it over the course of the week, when it doesn't work, you got to give it love without trying to go overboard with the love. But it did work. Man, the short week is tough. Short week and you're banged up like this. JMV. What did you think about the way that Houston played? Well, I thought Houston was terrible yesterday. I think the Ravens had a lot to do with that. The Ravens are kind of catching it right now. If you watch some teams around the NFL, that might be, if there's a team playing better than them. I mean, I know that New England won yesterday. And I know that San Francisco won yesterday. But, I mean, hell, they, squeak past the Cardinals at home. But, I mean, if you're looking at it that way, the Ravens, I think, to this point, arguably would be the most impressive team. Right now. Living in the moment right now. Boy, it's funny how, for the most part, you have seen ups and you have seen downs. And I mean major ones. What's the Bears and the Rams last night? Hey, by the way, another shout to Chris Hagan. You guys heard him on with me last week, and he asked and talked about I Missed Again by Phil Collins. And Eddie Pinheiro missed his first kick, and then after he missed the second, they go to break, and what was playing? I Missed Again. That was classic. Did you hear that last night? Oh, it's beautiful. Hagan made that call. Normally what they do on Sunday Night Football is they play the music that is like from that city, from that location. Like if they're in New England at Gillette, they're playing the Cars or Aerosmith or the Dropkick Murphys. But yeah, for that, it was just because the place kicker missed 2 consecutive field goals. The Bears look like a mess. Yeah, the injury to Trubisky last night was a convenient way of saying, man, we got to try something else because this is not working. Man, and you look at a coach that has gone from penthouse to outhouse in all of 1 year. Matt Nagy, everybody. I mean, absolute penthouse. This guy is state-of-the-art great. It was kind of a battle of those dudes, but at least Sean McVay's been to the Super Bowl. It was like the penthouse to the outhouse game. And McVay and the Rams stayed out of the outhouse, but that's where the Bears and Nagy are right now. There's no doubt about it. Quick one, we're back with you. Colts, Jaguars take. We're busy this week, too. Anderson, Harris, Hoosier Park, our Larceny Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots coming up on Wednesday. Twin Peaks for the game. Big Joe and I have the Colts pregame huddle at 5:30 coming up on Thursday. And then Manly's Irish Mud is one of our favorite places. I mean, it is. East Side, 10th and Shadeland, always a great crowd. It is going to be fantastic coming up on Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are on the road. Back with you next.
This November, join the fan as we celebrate Movember with Franciscan Health. Listen on air and visit 1075thefan.com for tips to stay healthy. Franciscan Health, inspiring health.
What would you do with the money if you didn't have to pay your house payment for 2 months, especially around the holidays?
That's right, no house payment for 2 months. This is James Hawkins at Golden Oak Lending. Don't let money problems spoil your holidays. You can use the increased value of your home to pay off bills or get cash out.
Why pay 18% credit card interest when Golden Oak's mortgage rates are in the 2s?
If it sounds complicated, it's not. Just call us. We're here in town. We do all the work. The call is free, and we'll tell you in about 10 minutes if you qualify. You have nothing to lose, and we want to talk to you.
Refinance to a low rate, get cash out, and put 2 months of house payments in your pocket. Visit GoldenOakLending.com or call 317-706-GOLD. 706-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending, showing my blues.
NMLS 114937, regulated by the Indiana Department of Financial Institutions.
Hey, John for Love Heating and Air Conditioning. Thank you, John and Chris, for being a part of the show. Thank you for doing for my heating and cooling unit what you do. People that I can trust, and I am so glad that they're on the show right now. I was actually at Bullseye yesterday, and I was talking about Love Heating and Air Conditioning. Someone was asking me about, what they do for me in the summertime and what they can do for me in the winter. And I'll let you know that since they are new to the show, and I love them being a part of the show, we're going to do a JMV special. And just in time for your furnace. I mean, we've already been into the deep freeze. That's just signs of the times coming up. So get that furnace checked. Cleaned and checked right now for just $64.95. That is a great price. I've seen this across the board at $89 from other places. That's why Love is the best. The JMV special, the combination of greatness, $64.95 for a clean and a check of your furnace right now. The JMV special, ask for it. Love Heating and Air Conditioning online, love-hvac.com.
It takes courage to talk with that someone special when there are problems in the bedroom. Erectile dysfunction, or PE, can shatter your confidence and make your relationship challenging. You can put an end to these issues. Have the courage to make just one confidential visit to the Indianapolis Men's Clinic and get that spark back in your relationship. The doctors at the Indianapolis Men's Clinic offer the latest solutions for all ED and PE issues, and you'll see results in your first visit. Or there's no charge. Call 999-9000 to meet with their licensed providers, no matter your age or your conditions. Diabetes, high blood pressure, prostate cancer, low testosterone causing your issue. It doesn't matter. They can help. Call the Indianapolis Men's Clinic at 999-9000. That's 999-9000 or online at indymensclinic.com. Have the courage to take that first step. Indianapolis Men's Clinic, your key to a better life.
Hey, John, for FanDuel, I'm here for you. And so's FanDuel, too, in the state of Indiana. Live and ready to rock with parlays, props, moneyline spreads, and more with features that are absolutely outstanding. You'll love it, too, because they'll change it up. They have promos daily in different ways that you can place bets. I'm going to tell you, it's awesome. Plus, FanDuel Sportsbook is offering you a risk-free bet worth up to $500 when you sign up using the promo code JMV. Have you guys done that yet? Well, if you haven't, let's do it now. That means if you lose your first bet, FanDuel will give you a refund in site credit. And if you're thinking about that risk-free matchup, let's see. Penn State, Ohio State, maybe, coming up on Saturday. And don't forget, you can bet on that game risk-free. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now. Visit FanDuel.com/sportsbook to claim your risk-free bet with the promo code JMV. That's the promo code JMV. First online wager only, refund issued as site credit. Terms apply. Must be at least 21. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Welcome to Velo, the modern take on nicotine. They're hassle-free nicotine pouches that are leaving the chargers, smoke, and mess in the rear view. So whether you're in the zone at the office, with your crew at the bar, or kicking back at 38,000 feet, Velo's ready. Go to Velo.com to find your retailer. Velo, no limits. Website restricted to age 21 plus tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
If you're looking for a dependable pre-owned commercial work truck, one name says it all. Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Box trucks, cargo vans, flatbeds. If it's a work truck you need, you'll find it at Indy Trucks. Plus, they're inspected, certified, and come with a 3,000-mile, 3-year repair warranty. Easy to get to and easy to work with at Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Indy Trucks, we'll be looking for you.
Andy Moore, Toyota in Avon, 5 miles west of 465. It is on US 36. Car, truck, or van. Boom. Got it. Yours. And really, it's a great time of year. And I know a lot of you see these ads and you see these vehicles in the driveway of a home. They got a big red bow on it. And, oh, Merry Christmas. You know, that stuff really happens. You want to know why? especially at Andy Moore Toyota in Avon, because they give you some of the best deals of the year during the holiday season. So talk to Ben Mendoza about that, and maybe you can give the gift of a ride, a great ride from Indiana's best this holiday season. Car, truck, or van, I know where to go. It's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Online, andymoretoyota.com, or tell them I sent you 5 miles west of 465 on US 36.
The Colts face the Texans on Thursday Night Football. The coverage begins at 5:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Brissett on a counter, gives off to Marlon Mack, cuts up field, patient run, spins out of a tackle, still going into the 10, he's at the 5, looking for the pylon, and he is in! Touchdown, Marlon Mack! The best run you'll see all year! The Colts are in! It's 7-6 with a 13-yard run from Marlon Mack!
Oh, Matt Taylor, voice of the Colts right there. That's the Forum Dream Moments. Brought to you by Forum Credit Union, making your financial dreams come true every day. And right now, ways to save and then ways to win money online, forumcu.com. Colts win yesterday. JMV at 1070thefan.com is the email address right now. JMV, I'm just curious, how did the RCA Dome press box compare to Lucas Oil? Any good stories from the RCA Dome? Well, I tell that all the time about Dave Calabro and Chris Whittlett getting into a fight. That's pretty awesome. There was one time in the press box during a Colts-Chiefs game when Chris Collinsworth was doing it, and actually during the broadcast he was giving out real Colts calls after a discussion with Peyton Manning, and Bill Polian lost it. And he was ripping on Craig Kelly, not ripping on them because they did anything wrong, but yelling at Craig Kelly. And the other dude, I think, is at Michigan now, the former media guy, he was yelling at everybody. I mean, it's as red-faced as I've ever seen Bill Polian. He's mad. But now, besides that, the fight, it was different because the RCA Dome was open air. There was no window. And at Lucas Oil Stadium, it's like a 6-floor glass enclosed tomb of sorts up there. You got glass, and you don't really know how loud that it is. RCA Dome was open air inside the press box, and you could really feel and hear what was going on. Hopefully that answers your question. It is a pretty damn loud place. Plus, you could walk in there and you could see who was wearing some fake hair and wearing a toupee. You walk in there, whoosh, wind would blow, off goes your toupee. Better have that thing extra Elmer glued down. Or you better go to PAI and get the real growing hair again like me. I don't think that technology was there yet, though. Mostly people just lost their dome coverage. Hey, JMV, you were talking about the Bears earlier. Isn't the lack of defense very similar to the defensive-minded head coach that we used to have around here? Oh, wait. You know what, though? That is more relatable and I think taggable to the offense than it is anything else, Chris. I mean, that offense is putrid. Is that a word? Putrid? They used that in the 50s. Putrid offense is what it is right there. So I would tag it more of that. I'm not here to defend Chuck Pagano, but that's to me. Man, they got a lot of playmakers. I mean, they have one of the best in Khalil Mack. There's no doubt about it. You know, Leonard Floyd, another guy. I think Eddie Jackson was making a couple of plays last night in the secondary. A couple of Alabama guys. Ha, ha, ha. Clinton Dix is in that secondary. But it's more about the offense. I mean, hell, you're not going to – you score 7 points in an NFL game, you shouldn't even get off the damn plane. You got no chance. JMV, it's crazy that people are saying we need Jacoby to win when 2 months ago people were saying without 12 we're screwed. Crazy how quick it changed. Yeah, listen, Jacoby Brissett's done well. I mean, he is believable. Think you put him in any – is he a part of anybody's – he's not going to be, but should he be a part of anybody's MVP? Listen, if you're talking about them deep in a playoff situation or setting themselves up for a really nice position in the postseason? Probably yes. Yeah, right now, man, everybody, and as they should be, everybody's in love with Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson right now. And the reason why they weren't in love this past weekend with Russell Wilson is because his team was in a bye week. Otherwise, it's all Russell Wilson all the time, all Lamar Jackson all the time. And it stands to reason because they both had absolutely outstanding seasons.
And people sort of forget about Patrick Mahomes, too. If he goes out for big game tonight, he'll be right back in that conversation, too.
Gotcha. I agree. Hey, JMV, you told me a story today. I think I may be the first person to break something at Lucas Oil. High school game before first Colts game played, some damage at press box allegedly happened. Thanks, man. I was in the first football game ever in that joint. That was the Bears and the Bills. I was there, baby. It's fantastic. I was a big Bears fan back then, though. You know, it's weird how you do this job and all of a sudden that kind of just fades away and ends. I was one of the, if not the biggest Bears fan around, maybe the biggest. My age group. JMV, you got the latest on Marlon Mack. I believe it was, and I'm no doctor here, even though the ATI guys are in studio with me every Thursday and they help me figure things out. He broke a metacarpal. Is that an actual word? It's a bone, I think, in his right hand. Oh, yeah, metacarpal. I learned about the metacarpal, I think, at Eastern Green back in 1986. A common fracture, sources say. Surgery this morning, and we'll see once his availability is. We'll see. Play with a split, come back. It's a tough deal, though. Tough deal for him. He was having a great game, too. I mean, he broke off a absolute fantastic run. You know what, Chris? I was thinking about Dak Prescott, too. I was thinking a little bit about Dak Prescott. We'll take a break and we'll come back. More of that coming up on the other side. Colts and Texans, must-win situation. I think we're all on board with it again. Can we tag it with a must-win? Pacers tonight versus Brooklyn, and we'll jump back to college football in a bit. And the segment you have to hear, Rick Venturi. Rick Venturi is going to be awesome at 4:30. Back with you next.
The 2019 Pacers season is underway.
Hand up and in from the weak side.
The Blue and Gold have reloaded and look to challenge all comers in the Eastern Conference.
Where Sabonis grabbed it and dunked it as he was fouled.
Hear every game on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Next up, the Pacers head to the Big Apple for a matchup against Brooklyn. Tonight at 7. Your home for Indiana Pacers basketball is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Butler basketball season is here. Seats start at just $10 for select games. Visit the Hinkle Ticket Office weekdays from 10 to 4 or online at butlersports.com/buy tickets.
AFC West rivalry matchup tonight in Mexico City between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Got to bring on Steve Berry from the Sports Plus Network to preview this one. Steve, what do we think about this Monday night game?
Well, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. KC against the LA Chargers, as you said, down in Mexico City. I remember last year they tried to get this game going, and I guess someone didn't mow the lawn or something down there, but it was unplayable, so they came back to the Coliseum. They're going to try it again this year. KC laying 3.5. The total is 52. KC coming in at 6-4 after that bad loss to Tennessee, 35-32. The Chargers coming in at 4-6, and they just lost to Oakland, 26-24. Kansas City's won 3 of the last 4 against the Chargers. Now, guys, in a game like this tonight, the only way to win is with information. We have a lot of information on this game. There's a lot of injuries. We'll share it with everyone at no charge. Do not make a move tonight without calling us first at 1-888-895-6555. Guys, our current clients consider us the most professional in the business. And whether you're a veteran sports investor or a novice, Sports Plus Network is the answer. It's 1-888-895-6555. Just a little note about the Chargers opted to practice at the Air Force Academy, which is 6,000 feet above sea level. KC stayed home in Kansas City. We'll see how that affects the game tonight. But we have the answer on the game tonight. Make the call, 895-6555.
Steve, how does a road environment where both teams are on a neutral site in a different country, how does that play into effect tonight?
Well, there will be no home field advantage, obviously. I mean, I think half the people sitting in the stands won't know what's going on. But the Chargers, I believe, they travel very well. Kansas City travels very well. There will be fans in the stands, but this is a very, very important game for both teams. KC in front right now in the AFC West. LA Chargers with a win would only be a game behind Kansas City. Guys, make the call tonight and finally find out what working with professionals is all about. It's 1-888-895-6555. Guys, we're making a lot of people in the Indianapolis area a lot of money this year. Join the fun. 1-888-895-6555. Kansas City, LA Charger winner at no charge. Guys, make the call. Let us prove to you how much we know about this game. You will call us back in the future. I guarantee it. It's Kansas City, LA Chargers free from Sports Plus at 1-888-895-6555.
Hey, Johnny, for Forum Credit Union. Forum Credit Union out there right now, always trying to help you find new and incredible ways to save. The latest one right now is not just helping you save, but it's also giving you the possibility to make some money, too. Are you ready? Everyone likes a challenge here. My friends at Forum Credit Union, it's Kevin and the gang, have a savings challenge that not only makes saving money easy, but it also gives you a chance to win $1,378. And it's simple. You save money every week, increasing the amount each time. And by the end of the year, you have saved over $1,000, and you're entered to win a matching $1,378. Helping you save, helping you win. That's Forum Credit Union. Stop by a branch location. Tell Kevin I sent you. Or for more info online, that's forumcu.com today.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com, offering competitive odds on game lines, futures, and prop bets. With 50-plus in-game bets on pro football games. Make bets while the game is being played, like who will score next, how will the current drive finish. You will earn rewards for every bet you place with our innovative loyalty program. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250 using one of our 12 deposit methods. More bets, better odds, more action. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Playable only in Indiana.
Hey, don't miss the laughs at Helium Comedy Club. Have you been there yet? It's outstanding. Andrew Santino takes the stage this Thursday through Saturday, and you know Andrew from his roles in I'm Dying Up Here and The Disaster Artist, as well as appearances on The Joe Rogan Experience. And coming soon, Steve Trevino, Netflix Relatable, Greg Fitzsimmons from The Howard Stern Show. It's Helium Comedy Club, and it's a flat blast. Downtown at the corner of Georgia and Meridian, Circle Center Mall. For more info and upcoming shows online, heliumcomedy.com. That's heliumcomedy.com. Helium Comedy Club. Eat, drink, and be entertained.
Join us for Franciscan Health's Movember Tailgate Party, Saturday, November 23rd from 11 to 2 at Books and Brews on Shelby Street. Free food, health screenings, prizes, and more.
Turn to the experts at Howald Heating and Carrier for all your heating needs. Howald Heating, Air, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good. Online at HowaldHeatingandAir.com.
This is Indy Sports Center.
WFNI, WIBC, HD2,
W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Well, not really. I felt it on my leg. Come on, I don't want to see it.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Thank you for joining the show. I really appreciate it more than you know. Kyle's over there. I'm John. Jimmy's in here, still freaked out about what we put him through yesterday on the pregame huddle, time-wise. I told him it was going to happen, and we did it. Top of the hour, actually 6 o'clock hour. My apologies. Colts Roundtable Live. That's Matt Taylor. That's Frank Reich. That's Jim Sorgi. That's Joe Reitz. If you have any questions for him on Twitter, that's hashtag Colts Roundtable. Hashtag Colts Roundtable. Colts Roundtable Live 6. Pacers and Nets at 7. And inside IU Hoopage later on tonight, the Colts injury report is out. Those that did not participate, if you're keeping notes at home, you ready? Mo Alley-Cox, Anthony Costanzo, a thumb and a toe, Eric Ebron, an ankle, Clayton Geathers, wrist. T.Y. Hilton, calf. Marlon Mack, hand, broken. Metacarpal. That's a different thing, right? Metacarpal. Georgia Odom, shoulder. Shaq Taylor, ankle. Jordan Wilkins, ankle. Kari Willis, concussion. He's been ruled out Thursday. Rock Yassin, ankle. Limited with the hand, Paris Campbell, and with a hamstring, Pierre Desir. That is a lengthy list right there, friends. At JMV, commercials are killing me here. What's the best Nicolas Cage movie in your opinion? Oh, man. Well, I mean, Fast Times at Ridgemont High has a small role in it. He goes by Nicholas Coppola, but holy hell, Valley Girl, because he shaves his chest hair in the form of a triangle. Hey, I'm a high school guy. Let me say, I'm going to shave my chest hair in the form of a triangle. Valley Girl. Nicholas Cage, I know a lot of you guys like Face Off and all that other crap. Thank you for asking, though. Yep. Yeah, Mac, you got Kari Willis. And we'll see when Mac is going to end up making it back. It's tough. Yeah, Jonathan Williams stepped up big yesterday, though. I want your thoughts on this Colts team moving forward here. Your must-win situation, and can they get it done? And I mean get it done without a variety of folks coming up on Thursday night. Short week. I mean, short weeks are not good anyway. When you get a short week, and I just had like 3 minutes to read off the list of those missing practice, may not being, I can't imagine that's tough. I know some of you dudes like to call these guys soft, but you must be tougher than me. Holy hell. That's tough. JMB, I think Mac broke the same bone in his hand that Gordon Hayward broke in his left hand. I think I said metacarpal, maybe it's metatarsal. I don't know. I'm not a damn doctor here. I rely on the docs from ATI Physical Therapy at ATIPT.com. Every Thursday right here they tell me all, and I mean all I need to know. Thank you very much. JMV very disappointed in the Pacers, the way they got blown out on Saturday by Milwaukee. What'd you expect? I mean, they almost had to put you in the starting lineup, for God's sake. What did you really expect? And they're playing the MVP, playing a really good team. Brooke Lopez had his neck hair in midseason form. I mean, what did you expect? My man Brooke Lopez has some serious neck hair working. Hey, I do. I'm going to give Brooke Lopez credit, though. That dude has completely reformed and reshaped his career. Completely. Think about finding a latter part of your career utility, and that is shooting the I mean, that's beautiful. Now his damn brother's doing it. I never show. Anybody ever think in their lifetime they'd see Robin Lopez pulling up from three? Hell, the best defense against him is if his hair gets in his eyes. I don't even know if I want to see it. I can't. The two Lopez brothers on the same team, I can't do it. I should embrace Mill. I just don't. I'm not a Budenholzer guy. I'd be great to play in that offense probably. I just don't know why. I don't know why. I should embrace it more. Isn't that where Atkinson came from, Budenholzer too, right? With Brooklyn tonight? Oh, man, Kyle's getting ready. He's got to go back-to-back. He's going to get out of here for dinner or something, and then Jimmy's going to come in. I'm going to freak Jimmy out again. Jimmy, the third person, like Seinfeld. Jimmy had to do math. Jimmy does math on Sunday, man. We were screwing with him yesterday. I mean, got so far behind, and I said, Jimmy, it's your ass if we're late here. It's you, not me. Hey, you're the one. It's me. Jimmy, it's you. Jimmy does math. Aaron does phone calls at 239-1070. Hello, Aaron. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy. Let's, Oh, shit.
Hey, listen, I understand. I mean, I do the same thing. I mess up blank all the time. I mean, I'm sitting there and I just forgot what I was going to say, and blank. I completely forgot. I do it all the time. JMV, for the record, my brother, I wouldn't bet with that gambling advice guy. No. Listen, that's not my guy, though, Chad. We're not talking about my guy. I know. And that's what my guy has become really, you guys like my guy. If you just, people around here, if you come across sounding like, you come out of NYC and everything's, it just, I know it. I completely know it. Hey, JMV, Matt from Martinsville here. Metacarpal bones connect the carpal tunnel ligament tendons, I believe, allowing tension to give. That allows strength in bending your fingers and subsequently stretching said ligaments and tendons and producing grip strength, everybody. There's the grip strength. You guys want to see it on YouTube right now? That's the grip strength we all know. JMV, I'm betting we don't see Funches on the field the rest of the year. I am not even going to say I told you nothing like that. I'm not another playmaker. You just kind of find yourself, and again, I tip the cap to Marcus Johnson, and I have all season to Zach Pascal, but holy hell. Think where you would be if like a guy like Pascal hasn't stepped up in some games this year. Where would you be? That is incredible. I don't know whether to give it up to Chris Ballard for that or go, holy hell, Chris Ballard. Do you give it up and go, way to go, or way? Hey, wait a minute. Why this again? Hey, Jeremiah Fanger, I'm going to retweet this because that's outstanding on your work helmet. That's a pretty sweet work helmet you got there with the JMV Sucks logo. I've got like a ton of JMV Sucks weed farms to give away if you guys ever want any of those. I try to stick them, like if I go to your bar, in all likelihood, I'm going to put one of those on your bathroom stall, so be ready. You have to catch me first. I know, Chad. Chad. Golden Tea, I know Golden Tea. I just had to say, hey, settle, just chill out here. Chill out. It's a different audience we're hitting. All right? Nobody wants to be talked down to unless you're a complete wuss. And I know you guys aren't. You guys are stronger than that. You hold an opinion. You don't need to be talked down to. Right there with you. Don't be a wuss. Hey, JMV, I agree with you. Why do those kids at Southport have to sit and have to miss the sectional? I have no idea. I have zero idea how that should happen. All right, if the coach did something wrong, punt the coach. Set the coach. Why do those kids have to sit? What do those kids do? I mean, you should pat those kids on the back because they stayed at Southport as long as they did. Not bailed to Ron Colley or go to Perry and play for Mark James. Hell, I would have done that. I think anybody else would have done that, right? Let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to stay here. Well, it is a destination play. Yeah, it's got a great gym, and that's about it. And Ron Colley, play for once, or I'm going to go play for Mark James over. That's pretty easy. So these kids have to sit out a sectional now? Because of jackassery? That's absolutely unacceptable. Somebody rectify that horrendous decision, would you? Somebody do it. Somebody, an adult out there, like, play the role of it. That's some adult out there play the role of adult. These kids do. Probably got opportunities to go, like I said, man. No way. You got to pat him on the back for hanging there and playing and not wanting to go play for Mark James or going over and playing for once. And instead, oh, yeah, we'll see what this guy did, allegedly, reportedly now. You guys got to sit out. Got to sit out the sectional because that makes zero. That decision sucks. There's another T-shirt idea for you. That decision sucks, fellas. The shop in Broad Ripple and Carmel. I hope something changes there. Hey, I hope that they're vindicated down there. Maybe nothing happened, whatever. But these kids missing a sectional game that did nothing wrong but work hard for that school and play, sacrifice time, is a load of BS. And you guys know it is. Stop it. God, why are we so stupid? Jimmy at 239-1070. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey, John. How are you, my friend?
Jimmy, it's a long time no see. Where you been? Have you just marked me off your list?
Heck no, man. I've been working. Sorry. I wish I could make it to more Blue Friday, but I've been.
Hey, Jimmy, people been trying to get me drunk at Blue Fridays, man. I mean, really? They go, oh, yeah, man. I go, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, you're always the best for including me and having me there.
Your family, you and your family are some of the nicest folks I have ever met, and I got to thank having this job for that, because you guys are awesome, really and truly.
Well, we appreciate you. I just wanted to say two things real quick, and then I'll get your opinion off the air. One, last year is my first Colts game of the year, and I've been to, and I really was impressed with the way, obviously, the two running backs got 100 yards rushing, and I also think Jacoby Brissett is he's really changed my opinion of the offense.
He settled things down, man. He did.
Yeah, he has.
And listen, I think in all facets, I mean, the offensive line, we really cussed the offensive line, the running attack, clearly Brian Hoyer last week, and then the kicking game, and it all came correct yesterday. So that's the good part of it. What else you got, my man?
That was awesome. One last thing, John. I know you're friends with Dylan Lindler, the kid from Perry Meridian. Do you have any idea when he's coming back from the injury list? And you have a great day.
Hey, thank you. I have not heard. His parents drive by and honk all the time. I have not heard. He was on here like 3-4 weeks ago. I thought he said at the end of this month, but I haven't talked with him in a while. Yeah, Harley D, man. Harley D. And the shot you're bringing over, I mean, the shot doesn't come in a damn bucket. Harley D brings over these shots. Harley and Nicole bring over shots in a bucket. And I said, I'm a man, and we all can see that. But damn, I don't know if I can do this. I can't read that. I'm sorry. Sometimes things I read make me laugh on the fly. My bad. Mike's at 239-1070. Give it a go, Mike. Hello.
Hey, JMV. First-time caller, but long-time gripper. And appreciate how you described Marlon Mack. I think we can all appreciate that. But if he can't go, at least his injury, how you described it.
Yeah.
If he can't go, I don't know enough about this Williams guy. And then you got Hines. And then if Wilkins can't go, what do? They just go running.
I mean, you're gonna have to get somebody else in here. I mean, if Wilkins can't go, I mean, you're probably gonna have to do it. I don't know who they have on the practice squad right now that might fit that bill, but yeah, you would have to think. I haven't looked at the practice squad. Do they have any running backs on the practice squad right now? I haven't looked, but I mean, you're gonna need a safety net on this for sure. Yesterday, going over 100 yards for Jonathan Williams is a good deal. There's no doubt in the place of Jordan Wilkins, but. Yeah, listen, it's a short week, so you may just have to roll with what you have right now, too. I don't know. It would take somebody a minute or two to get acclimated, so that's different. The short week and the injury situation the Colts have right now make this really tough on them, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks. Appreciate your
Mike,
analogy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling. That's a first-timer right there.
They do have another running back on the practice squad, Darius Jackson. Went to Eastern Michigan. He's been in the league for 4 years, but that's it.
That's a tough situation for him right here. And I don't know the health moving forward of Jordan Wilkins, but yeah, it's tough. I have tagged it. You guys, I've tagged it must win. Thank you. Must win on Thursday. I think that makes a lot of sense. More than normal. Thank you. Hey, JMV, Trace Jackson Davis won co-freshman of the week in the Big Ten. He's going to be a stud. Yeah, you're going to give him some time. He's going to hang around there for a while, too. That's good. He's a really good kid. And I am happy for him because I like him and I like his family. So good for him. Now, being left-handed and athletic is going to mess everybody up. Hey, Brandon writes this. My old barber used to call it neck salad. Hair on the neck. Brooke Lopez is like mid-season neck hair for him. This is pretty impressive. I'm telling you what, though, what a perfect place to go to transition into your new career of 7-foot three-point shooter. That is impressive. Hey, JMV, the best ability is availability. What can the Colts do to get better in that regard? I mean, I know people have been asking that. I don't know. And I understand the whole availability aspect of it, though, but I know that we look at it. I haven't ran the numbers on everybody else and how many guys they're missing. That was a laundry list of injuries, however. But, I mean, hell is going on with the Pacers, too. Did you see their thing? I mean, that's a basketball team right there. Out. Jeremy Lamb hardly missed any time in the NBA, and he gets here and he's missed like everything so far. Most everything. Man, Domus the other night, that was a lousy block out by Wesley Matthews. I thought first he kind of nutted him, but he didn't. I think he got him in the hip. A lousy, Domus goes up and you slide underneath him. Yeah, it's a bunch of crap. Man, Milwaukee was just way too good. With that, there was no way. Listen, somebody tell me this. Is it enjoyable? I mean, let's say it's not the team that you like. Is it enjoyable? Is it enjoyable to watch Antetokounmpo start at the top, everybody spread out, and then him drive? And then Euro travel and then carry the ball a couple of different times? Is that enjoyable? I don't know if I enjoy it. Like, if you're that incredibly talented, if you're described as a freak, then you shouldn't be allowed to ever carry it. And again, props last night, or I should say Saturday night, to Ed Malloy for calling a carry. I haven't seen a carry called since 1986 in the NBA. I went, what? Well, he's carrying it. Euro traveling. Do we like it better when the Euro step was actually a travel, or do we like it now? There's a point in time when the Euro step was just that's a travel. Like the Euro step.
I like the Euro step.
I like it. I was always afraid to step on somebody's foot and then to roll yours. Euro step. Euro travel. Tell you what, that's about as unstoppable of a play as you have, is when you put him out front. Now, I know that we were talking about out front versus Justin Holiday out front versus Domas out front versus Miles, whatever, but that has a pretty good percentage-wise possibility of working every time. And then, hell, there are a lot of times when he kicks it out, no wonder all these guys. I mean, if you have any talent whatsoever in long-distance shooting, you're just kind of standing there scratching yourself. Oh, there's the ball. Oh, I mean, nobody's even near you. It's a hell of an offense. Sean's at 239-1070. Sean, hello. How are you?
Hey, what's up, John?
Sean, how are you? Go ahead.
I'm great, man. So Nick Cage, best movies, Raising Arizona.
Oh, man, that's right in there.
Yeah, that's a great one. Adaptation where he played the twins. I mean, that's a crazy, obvious Oscar snub for Nick Cage. And then backup tailback in an emergency is obviously Quentin Nelson. And looking for the Pacers to get back on track. I think they played as well as could be expected this last weekend. And, sir, I got to go.
All right, man, that's a throwback. Sir, I got to go right there. Shout out to Mark Patrick. MPOS with the Sir, I got to go. Anybody remember the former Pacers player that coined that phrase? Sir, I got to go. Well before you guys. You guys combined don't have the time in. Jamison Brewer. Jamison Brewer was the former Pacer. This is a true story. Hey, quick shout out to Brownsburg. I had one hell of an afternoon there yesterday. Thank you for the hospitality. I can't wait to get back there. Thank you. Had a great time. Red asses up in my face and everything. Great time over there. I can't wait. When am I coming back? All right, quick break. Like, these guys are looking at me stone cold wondering, what are you talking about right now? Hey, JMV, I'm with you. Seems like more skilled you are, the more NBA rules you don't have to follow. That's bass backwards. The worse you should be, the more rules you should get away with, right? I mean, the worst way. Yes, I completely agree with that, Adam. I completely agree with that. The more talented you are, the more rules you should not be allowed to break. Oh, man. You know what, Adam? If we made an NBA like that, if we made a league like that, like only us would watch. That's the problem we have. We're the only people watching that. Quick one, we'll come back. The segment of the week you have to hear. It is Rick Venturi. I don't know if he's going to take any calls. I'll let you know if he does, but it is going to be really good. You guys are going to enjoy it. You're going to get educated with Rick Venturi. Other side next.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like B&W Plumbing and Heating? Well, find that American Standard dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Holiday Magic, brought to you by Shane Company.
Diamond hoop earrings, because you love the way she lights up a room.
A sparkling mosaic pendant with shades of pink sapphires, because pink is her favorite color.
A diamond tennis bracelet, because she gives so much and deserves the very best.
The magic of Shane Company jewelry is that it allows you to capture your story with something that will last forever. Our holiday collection has great gifts from $100 to thousands. Our non-commissioned sales team is warm and welcoming. We'll help you find perfect gifts, like our classic diamond gifts that she'll treasure forever. Our diamond tennis bracelets, solitaire studs, and decorative earring jackets are beautifully designed, made to last a lifetime, and will sparkle from across the room. When you spend $400 or more on a gift, you'll receive our Shane Company Forever Link necklace for free while supplies last.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Hey, it's Stan Dockage for Window Nation. Winter is quickly approaching. Temperatures are starting to dip. Eventually, they will head toward zero. Is your home ready for the subpar weather? Window Nation wants to keep your family warm this winter with new windows and their 000 sale. Put zero money down, make zero payments, and get 0% financing until 2021. Save your well-earned money to spend on family and friends this holiday season. Combine this great offer with 50% off any style Window Nation window, and this offer is practically below zero. It's Window Nation's gift to you this holiday season. Plus, stay warm as Window Nation's expert installers work room by room, reducing heat loss with minimal interruption to you and your family. Imagine entertaining your family and friends during the upcoming holidays in your warm, cozy Window Nation home. Imagine what you could do with the savings from their 000 sale. Again, that's zero down, zero payments, zero interest until 2021. 866-90-NATION or go online to windownation.com.
Hey, it's Rob Belushi from the Bill Estes Ford family in Brownsburg.
Hey, Rob, what are you packing for?
Hey, Brian, with Thanksgiving coming up, I thought I'd take a vacation.
Does that mean I get to take over as spokesperson?
Good idea. Let's practice first.
Stop by the Bill Estes Ford takeover sale. Take over the payments on select pre-owned vehicles for as low as $88 a month.
Try with more energy, like this. Take over payments on pre-owned vehicles for as low as $88 a month.
Take over payments for $88 a month.
Good start. Now tell them about $39 down and do it all in one breath.
The Bill Estes takeover sale is going on now. Take over payments on pre-owned vehicles as low as $88 a month, with down payments as low as $39. We have extra inventory.
Now I gotta cancel my vacation, Brian. Save me a seat at your house this Thanksgiving. The Bill Estes Ford takeover sale is going on now. Takeover payments on pre-owned vehicles as low as $88 a month with down payments as low as $39. We have extra inventory on our lot, but it will move fast.
Wow, that's why my wife says not to compare myself to you.
She's a smart lady, Brian.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Welcome to Velo, the modern take on nicotine. It's the hassle-free nicotine pouch that leaves the chargers, smoke, and mess where they belong, in the past. So whether you're mid-flight or mid-meeting, on the grind, or or off the grid, living large or laying low. With Velo, there are no limits to where you can go. Go to Velo.com now to find your retailer. Velo, no limits. Website restricted to age 21 plus tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
Sports gamblers, let's go. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 to Bet Indiana, right here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
It doesn't get much more festive than the Twin Peaks Lodge. Book with us and add some scratch food, booze, and scenic views to your holiday party. Contact Twin Peaks today and book it.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of tires, only at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The 2019 Pacers season is underway.
Tapped up and in from the weak side.
The Blue and Gold have reloaded and look to challenge all comers in the Eastern Conference.
Where Sabonis grabbed it and dunked it as he was fouled.
Hear every game on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Next up, the Pacers are back in action against the Orlando Magic. Saturday at 6:30. Your home for Indiana Pacers basketball is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Interesting formation now at the offensive as they reset one of the running backs to the right side and hand the ball up. Nope, they're going to keep it in the backfield again. But fumble, loose ball. Who's going to get it? Now the mad scramble. The official says Ben Davis football.
Isaac James tried to make something out of nothing. He really didn't have anything. He tried to put a great move, I believe, was Asmar Bilal. It was Asmar Bilal. He put his helmet right on the football, and there goes the ball. What a huge play by Asmar Bilal. That's what great linebackers do.
2014 6A title game. Ben Davis beats Carmel 42-24. That's Jerry Baker and Dick Dullahan, coach right there. That was Mike Kirshner, coach team back then. Mike Kirshner, by the way, has got a team in the semi-state over at Mount Vernon. That's a shout-out to him. That's an excellent job. You can see, with your opportunity, future stars in person for a whole lot less coming up next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Then you'll pay to watch them in college or professionally. 29th and 30th of November. That's Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. 3 games for the price of 1 each day. Tickets available on game days at the Lucas Oil Stadium box office. It is the IHSAA Football State Championships. By the way, Ben Davis is a part of the semi-state. Center Grove, really 2 teams a lot of people had written off here out of the MIC, and there they are again. 3 MIC teams. The demise of the MIC this season was inaccurate, was it not? You got 3 teams in that bad boy in the semi-state with Carmel at home versus Merrillville, but the state championships are going to be awesome coming up the weekend after next at Lucas Oil Stadium.
From playing in a phone booth, becoming a Morse Reservoir All-Star, and earning status as an ambient player, it's time for the best of Coach Rick Venturi with a breakdown of yesterday's game. Brought to you by the District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. North at 82nd Street, just east of Keystone at the Crossing. And now downtown at Georgia Street and Meridian.
Hey, Rick Venturi on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So all the stuff that we so loudly complained about last week, all of a sudden, running game, offensive line, kicking game, it happened in the positive yesterday. So well done.
Yeah, very well done. I mean, obviously every game at this stage in the season is humongous. It almost takes on a playoff atmosphere. That was huge. First of all, I think it was really important, John, after the last 2 weeks, and particularly that clunker last week, to regain confidence for the entire franchise. Because I know no matter what people say and what face they put on it, when you go through a bad patch like that, there is a confidence lag, and the only way you get it back is with performance. So, I thought that was really good. Obviously, staying undefeated in the South. And, more importantly, now you're totally back in control of your destiny. You don't have to have anything happen. All you have to do is go out and do your job this Thursday night. Then this will be a championship-type atmosphere regardless. I mean, 2 teams are coming into it with very different outcomes from Sunday. I don't know who that helps or doesn't help, but, they're 2 different outcomes. But obviously, this is for the lead in the South and for big-time ramifications down the line. I thought that, in regards to the game, after a real tough first half, I mean, that thing was 10-7. Offensively, we had a bad 2 series at the end of the first half. We got sacks, quarterback hits, and then we came out in the second half and really dominated both sides of the ball and really won the second half 23-0. So obviously that's what we needed. It was just a doctor's order. And speaking of doctors, I think the entire fan base, myself included, I think I got a reprieve yesterday, so we weren't in a nail biter like we've been for the last 2.5 months, the last 9 games within one possession. It was kind of nice to just kind of have relaxed a little bit in that fourth quarter and knew that you have it. So, now you go to Houston in a playoff-type atmosphere, and we'll just have to see. You're going for 4 straight on this team now. Offensively, I thought we did a really good job of reestablishing a physical identity. Yesterday was a physical, dominating game, I think, on both sides of the ball by the Colts. Offensively, definitely dominated. We historically had 2 guys over 100 yards, Marlon with 109 and Jonathan with 116. Mac, unfortunately, I don't know what the issue, how long that's going to be. He's up to 866 yards here just beyond the midpoint. And I had to laugh. The first note I put down is, because we talked about this all last week, I said the best way to overcome our liabilities, which still are, if you watch part of the games, is we have protection issues and we have separation issues. So I said, I guess the best way to eliminate that is just don't pass it at all and run the hell out of it. You ran it 36 times, albeit against an awful run defense. But we said that Sunday morning. We said this team can rush the passer, but they can't stop the run. Well, they couldn't stop it, at a historic rate at 264 yards. So, they were, and I said it all along, if the biggest key to the game from an offensive standpoint would be to always be on top, always be ahead in the chains, very seldom let the Daytona Speedway package get in there and make an effect. And we did that in the second half. Now, in the first half, I mean, they had 3 sacks. They had nine total hits, counting the sacks on the quarterback after over 27 attempts. So I mean that's it still wasn't perfect, but in the end, the 36 runs with great success, time of possession and 33 points. That's awfully good. I think our offensive line, definitely kind of reestablished themselves. I thought they did control the line of scrimmage. Now, this is a bad defense run-wise. I mean, they're unsound, they're not talented, and they're not very good technically on the run. But we out-toughed them. I thought we pushed them. We got up to the second level. We turned them. We stick and stayed with them. And we created daylight. I mean, the offensive line definitely created daylight all day. And I'm going to tell you what, hats off to the offensive line for what they did. But our running backs played possessed. I mean, that's as good and as hard 3 guys playing running backs as I've seen. I mean, the numbers are there with Mac 109, Williams 116. Hines did a nice job with what he had to do. The red zone touchdown was terrific. But they were tough. They grounded it out. I mean, they twisted and turned, juked. And even my wife said she hadn't seen so many spins in football in about 20 years, and I agree to that. I mean, they just great spin, started with Mac's great run down in there. Just, I think, a terrific performance. Vince Lombardi, the gods of football said Vince Lombardi stood up from his grave last night and said they ran to daylight, if you will. And just one shout-out on that because they never get credit. The position coaches are kind of the least known guys in the league, always kind of at ground zero, but yet they are sometimes the most important guys because, they're the teachers, they train, they develop, they motivate, and they get individuals to play. They're in their head all day long. And I will say this, in the last 2 years in this regime, if there is a position coach of the year in the NFL, which they don't do that. But if there was, it would go to Tom Rathman, because it doesn't matter who he has, whether it's Jonathan Williams or Marlon Mack or Wilkins or Hines or whoever, even in preseason, those guys always perform. So
does he have more to do to this, you think, than the coaching up the offensive line?
You know what? I think that's separate entities. I think our offensive line obviously has a lot to do with it. They have to create space if there's no space.
Right.
But what my thing is I never hardly ever see those guys play bad. And it doesn't matter if it's Marlon Mack, who you expect to play good, or Jonathan Williams. They step in and play good. I mean, even the kid that we brought in this summer in the preseason, I can't remember his name. He came in and played extremely well. I thought he might make the team, and I was really happy for Jonathan, because doing those summer games like I do, the preseason games, and being at practice every day, I thought Jonathan Williams, Wilkins was out most of the time. I thought he had a great training camp. Everything he was asked to do every day in practice, he did it. So his hard work and hanging in there has really paid off. And I would say another shout out before on the offense. Well, there's two. One, I thought our tight ends did a really good job. I thought three guys. I thought, in terms of the blocking, when you make all these yards, it's a collective. It's line, it's tight ends. Doyle was really good, particularly on the pull part of his game. The guy who did a really good job was Allie Cox. I mean, he blocked better than he has. He was coming on last year, but he blocked that edge tough. He came in on a wham early and just killed somebody. And then Pascal, they actually use Pascal as a puller sometimes. I mean, that guy really is a very, very special blocker. So all those things really helped. I thought Jacoby had a really good Bart Starr-like game, 15 for 24, 148. That's kind of like Lombardi's Packers in 1959. But I thought he was really tough. I thought he really hung in there in that first half when he was getting hit. I mean, if you look at the last two series of that first half, we didn't look very good. We got beat off the edge twice. We got two blitzes hit us right in the face, and he refused to give that ball up. He hung on. And, then when it was all said and done, he made two great red zone plays to get us in, the scramble for 6, leg or not. And, again, the fourth down play was phenomenal. It rates right with that great play he had against Denver to save us. We were dead in the water on that fourth down. I mean, there was no place to go, and they were breathing hard on him. And, again, he always shows a little bit more athleticism than you think. And you couldn't have thrown a better laser, that better laser in there to Johnson. That was terrific. So, again, when you have him back, you really have a chance. I've gone from just kind of lukewarm in training camp to, full metal jacket backer of that guy. I mean, he just has really outplayed the expectations, and I think we're sitting in good shape. The one last thing I'll say is the amazing thing, and you got to keep this in mind, and there's some things that I think when we get into a couple negatives that you better be alert for, because you're not going to run for 264 on many of the teams we have left to play. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to see another Jacksonville on run defense. But despite all that great running, the touchdown that got us ahead, that finally got us from 17 to a 2-score game, with all that running, it still took a 3rd and 19 screen pass and then a scramble on 4th and 1 to get it in there. So, as tough as it is, it's just sometimes in the NFL some strange things happen. But, on the offensive side of the ball, and we can get into the defense now when you want to, but on the offensive side of the ball, it was a rebound performance. And, again, I think more than anything else, it reestablished a physicality identity.
It's Rick Venturi on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back. And I know normally we kind of leave the next game further down the road, but I want to ask you regarding the offense and how much the run was involved in their run-oriented yesterday. Should that at all change, given there's no J.J. Watt on the other side of the line in this short week versus Houston on the road on Thursday? We'll talk about that offensive philosophy and what you think it should be, Rick, coming up on the other side. The segment, the hour, if you will, that you absolutely have to hear each and every Monday. Education with Rick Venturi on 93.5 and 107.5 FM The Fan.
It's your chance to win a free entry into the 2019 Drumstick Dash presented by Wheeler Mission in Broad Ripple on Thanksgiving Day. Simply log on to 1075thefan.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. By now, we've all heard mortgage interest rates are sitting near all-time low levels. But what does that really mean? If you're considering buying a home, it means you have more buying power. You can now afford a bigger home for the same monthly payment. And if you're not moving and happy in your current home, we need to be talking about a refinance. How much can we save you? $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month? Find out now at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, if you're losing that dome coverage, I got all the answers for you. I do. PAI, WeGrowHairIndy.com. Darren Andrews explained everything to you, and we'll tell you how you get your real growing hair again with PAI. You can check out my billboard, check out my commercials, because it really does work. What used to be balding, what used to be leaving, fading, thinning, is now real growing hair again. Luscious, if you will, with PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
Hey, football fans, JR from WagerPro.com coming in with more Monday night action. And guys, no one's better on Monday night than WagerPro.com. In fact, I love this game tonight between Kansas City and LA so much, I'm going to release it absolutely free on my famous tape-recorded message. Call this number right now, 800-499-3733. That's 800-499-FREE. F-R-E-E. Simply dial that toll-free phone number, get the point spread winner of tonight's big Monday night matchup between Kansas City and L.A. free of charge with no obligation on a tape-recorded message. Call right now. 800-499-FREE. 800-499-3733. Documented over 80%. Guys, call now. Monday Night Football on a recorded message. 800-499-3733. That's 800-499-3733. And guys, look, we're the only company in history with a documented record of on-air picks. In fact, I've given out over 200 games on not just my radio show, but interviews around the country, and we've now been documented at 81%. Think about that for just a moment. Over 200 games, 81%. How much money can you make? Well, I'm going to show you. Call right now. Kansas City, LA is free and on my tape-recorded message. 800-499-3733. 800-499-3733. Over 25 years experience. A money management system that's nearly flawless. You're going to get this one, and it's going to win big. LA, Kansas City, call now. It's on a recording. 800-499-3733. That's 800-499-FREE. And make sure you check us out online at WagerPro.com.
Hey, John, for Diamonds Direct, the season to sparkle at Diamonds Direct is now. And what shines brightest? You know exactly what it is for the holiday season. Inside the doors at Diamonds Direct. I'll give you a great example. There's something that makes it very easy for you to splurge this holiday season. 3 years, 0 interest financing. Pick any item, get the guaranteed best price, pay nothing down, and spread your payments over 3 years, 0 interest. So a $3,000 diamond eternity band, just $84 a month. A $5,000 pair of diamond stud earrings, just $140 a month. You can do the math right there. The best value, 0 pressure, and the perfect gift that is sure to make her eyes sparkle this holiday season. Why trust anyone else? My friends at Diamonds Direct. That's Keystone at the Crossing with extended holiday hours, including open every Sunday in December and always open at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Vuse Alto is a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Our best vapor yet at our best price ever. 99 cents plus tax at participating retailers. 99-cent offer applies to Alto device. Pod sold separately. Underage sale prohibited.
Join us for Franciscan Health's Movember Tailgate Party, Saturday, November 23rd from 11 to 2 at Books and Brews on Shelby Street. Free food, health screenings, prizes, and more.
Your Colts tickets are waiting. Be there for the whiteout game against our division rivals, the Titans. The first 50,000 fans receive a Colts flag. Get your tickets today at Colts.com/tickets. From playing in a phone booth, becoming a Morse Reservoir All-Star, and earning status as an ambient player, it's time for the best of Coach Rick Venturi with a breakdown of yesterday's game. Brought to you by the District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. North at 82nd Street, just east of Keystone at the Crossing. And now downtown at Georgia Street and Meridian.
All right, Rick, I kind of teased going into the break the offensive philosophy in a short week on the road at Houston without the Texans and J.J. Watt for Jacoby Brissett and company. But I'll tell you what, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, Rick returns. Let's give the type of love that's necessary for the defensive effort, because most of the time we have seen recently that defense has been there, and it sure as hell was yesterday. Are you there, Rick?
Yes, that
Go ahead.
That defense for the last 5 weeks has really been good. I mean, starting with the Kansas City game, when Matt made a very, I think, strong tempo change, let's put it this way, or adaptation or evolution, this team has really played really good football in 5 weeks. I mean, point totals down, everything has really, really gone down. It was a little bit of a shaky start Sunday to start with. They had a little trouble with Chark. They had some issues with him early. He ran a couple runaway routes, and then he caught that dig. He kind of beat Tell on the top of the route and then ran by Hooker, and, it looked like they were going to do all right. But from that point on, the Colts defense played 50 minutes, right, until that last kind of giveaway touchdown, which really, that at that point, that's the Vitalis group there. That's, it was 50 minutes of just absolutely shut them down football. And I thought that Matt did a really good job in that he had a really good mix because he's playing with young corners. He basically still played aggressive man-to-man. I think Tell and Yasin played better. I don't think there's any question. I still think they've got to get better when they face the top guys. Basically, on the line of scrimmage, their press technique has to get better. They're still not getting that jam, but they are really improving. Then he mixed zone. I thought he didn't do a lot of blitzing, but this is when he's at his best, is when he times the blitz. It's not blitzing every down that gets you. It's that 5 or 6 key blitzes. He's kind of come up with a new wrinkle. I call it a 6-2-3. I haven't seen this very much. It's a 6-man, like a total blitz, but instead of playing man-to-man, they got 2 guys short and 3 guys deep. It's kind of unique, and they've had a lot of success with it. They've gotten their sacks the last few weeks, including Kenny's last week. Obviously the Jaguars, who had good run numbers, but I told you on Sunday I thought they were inflated, and really they gave up on it. I don't know what Marone was thinking at the half at 10-7. And he runs the ball 9 times for 29 yards. I mean, it isn't like that he's Eric Coryell. I didn't understand that totally. But in the end, they only got 29 yards rushing. They're a phone booth team. I told you that on Sunday, so I never really worry about that. Chark had a pretty good game, but we got to stopping him as we went on. And series by series, basically we just got better and better. I just thought Kenny Moore, he's just a tremendous football player. The little big man, I think he's our best player on defense, and I know I'll get pushed back on that, but he is the guy that doesn't need the scheme to make him good. He is not scheme-driven. This is his second sack where it wasn't a free sack, where he had to come over somebody. He came right over Armstead. Their third down back came right over him for that critical sack. He made the great play on third down in the bunch, that great tackle. That 3rd and 2 could have been huge. He fought his way through all that pick and was over there, made a great tackle. And then on that critical 4th down, he's back out the corner position. He sunk back and he made that big tip and knocked the ball down. 3, really game-changing plays within the big picture. He's just a tremendous football player. And like I said, the thing about him is he's not a product of the scheme. The little big man can really, really play. Houston continues to wear the other team out. He had Robinson and Foles hip all day long, got another big sack, a lot of pressure. number 8 for him. So, he's certainly been the guy that we wanted. I also think that Yasin and Tell, as I said earlier here in the discussion, I think they're improving a little bit every week. They still got a ways to go. Yasin got by with when he held that guy for 10 yards. I mean, they're not going to reverse an interference penalty no matter what. I mean, the officials are making a stand. They're like a protest group right now. They're not going to return any of those. But I think the other thing that's been really impressive to me, because this was the part of the game that I did not see, and it just wasn't there. But I think Hooker has really he's shown the physicality here in the last 3 weeks that was lacking. He had a great breakup early on the post, but then he came up and really blew somebody up on that dig. So I really really like that. There's no question about that. And so, I really, again, the defense is playing really, really good. No question about it. We kicked well again to win. I would say the biggest thing, and it should be no problem, this is one advantage, I think, of a short week. I think it plays to our advantage. First of all, you're playing your neighborhood game. I mean, these two teams know one another. They've played about 100 times, I think, in 8 weeks, it seems like. So they know one another. This is not something that takes some kind of NASA science. You'll be ready for the game. But I think basically what we don't want to do, and we tend to do this, and nobody talks about it, but we tend to do it, is don't admire your work now, because next week, Thursday night's a totally different challenge. The game can unfold totally different, and we're going to talk about what you teased about the running game. But, again, every game unfolds different. Every matchup is different, and that's what's really important. So, you don't have time to admire it. You get right onto the week and get on that plane on Wednesday.
Do you think they're admirers, considering how they played down to the lesser talent and then up to the better talent?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's admire or not, but there has to be something to that. Because, I said they would play really well Sunday. Remember, I said it on Sunday. I said this team – historically, and this even goes before Frank, since I've been here, not the Manning days, but since the 212 days, this team has always played when its back was to the wall, and yet you worry about it when they start to feel good. And I don't know if it's admire is the right word. You can play with an edge, and then you can play with a great edge. Well, Sunday we came out with a great edge. We didn't have a great edge there for 3 weeks. We did not. We started slow in all those games, and we even started a little bit slow Sunday, to tell you the truth. But, it's on to Houston. Obviously, Houston, had a terrible day yesterday, just an absolute terrible day. And I had to spend a lot of time on it because I was a little bit in disbelief. But I'll tell you one thing, that quarterback at Baltimore now, he will give a defensive coordinator a nightmare like you've never had, and I've seen them all.
So, Rick Vincieri, quick break, and we'll come back. We'll get to the offensive philosophy, or at least your choice of that, coming up on Thursday. And then the dramatic difference between a defense in Houston with J.J. Watt and now certainly without him. And they've had a variety of corners injured, and most recently they had to bring a dude from a first rounder that was cut by Tampa Bay. We'll get into that and a lot more. Rick Vincieri about this short week matchup with the Texans, which is a must-win big game on Thursday. Back with Rick and you. Other side next.
It is the best part of your game day experience. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Titans and the Colts. Get your Colts VIP tailgate passes right now. It is the absolute best. All you can eat, all you can drink. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
When I say you should get your furnace tuned up every year, you might think I'm just blowing hot air. But studies show yearly tune-ups can actually make your furnace last a whole lot longer. So if you haven't had your furnace maintenance this winter, give the experts at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning a call. It's the best way to make sure your house stays warm this winter and many, many winters to come. And here's some more reasons to call them. 1 Hour furnace tune-ups pinpoint potential problems way ahead of time. You get the regular maintenance, and that can prolong the life of your system. Their techs, more importantly, know Indianapolis well. They know what you may need for special attention in this environment. They're total pros, courteous, respectful of your home and time, and they stand by their work. If you know your system needs repair, they have a straightforward pricing guide so you'll know what you're paying for before they even start. Right now, just $79 for a furnace tune-up. $79. Now, don't wait for the winter weather to get here. Call my friends at 855-1-HOUR today and schedule a $79 furnace tune-up. 855 1 hour. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details. License 800-10668.
All right, on board with my friends Lance and the gang at LD Smith Plumbing. Online at ldsmithplumbing.com. I know in my house, I've got a lot of orders. I've got a lot of problems, a lot of issues. And Lance and his team at LD Smith Plumbing, 24/7, 365, can tackle anything from me. And I'm so glad to have them on board, and you will too. Anything from a drippy faucet to a drain to a sewer line replacement, you have the experts at LD Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526. And right now, you can get $150 off any gas or electric water heater. That's $150 off any gas or electric water heater with the professionals at LD Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526. People you can trust, people that I trust, and I'm glad to have them on board online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
The Colts open as 3.5-point underdogs for the Thursday night tussle at the Texans, with a battle for the top spot in the AFC South up for grabs. With this Bet Indiana News update, I'm Kevin Bowen. Indianapolis and Houston enter the critical contest, both at 6-4, and yet come off wildly different performances on Sunday. The Colts easily handled the Jaguars 33-13 as 2.5-point favorites, while the Texans were trounced at Baltimore 41-7 as 4.5-point underdogs. The victory over the Jags stops a 2-game slide for the Colts, also giving them their first cover against the spread since Week 7. On Monday Night Football, the Chiefs have been bet up to 5-point favorites to topple the Chargers at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, and the over-under has climbed from a 49.5 opener to 53 points. This sports betting update has been brought to you by Bet Indiana News. Visit betindiananews.com for more sports betting coverage and insights.
I'll talk to Dad and we'll help you figure something out. Okay, bye.
Talk to me about what?
Nick has a fever. Can you believe his insurance won't even cover a basic doctor visit?
Oh, all right, well, we'll help him out this time, but he's got to get some better benefits. This job isn't cutting it.
Susan's son just started as a union electrician apprentice.
Huh. You know, I play golf with a couple of union guys, and they say it's great. One of them's even about to retire early.
I'm calling Nick back. He's got to hear this.
This is Steve Mincer, business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 481. Being a union electrician is rewarding. Our members earn good pay, full health care, and benefits that allow many to retire before the age of 60. Plus, our hands-on craftsmen get to see what they accomplish daily, something not always visible with a desk job. So if this sort of career sounds like a fit for a young person you know, someone reliable with a good attitude, learn more at ibew481.org.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Welcome to Velo, the modern take on nicotine. It's the hassle-free nicotine pouch that leaves the chargers, smoke, and mess where they belong, in the past. So whether you're mid-flight or mid-meeting, on the grind or off the grid, living large or laying low, with Velo, there are no limits to where you can go. Go to Velo.com now to find your retailer. Velo, no limits. Website restricted to age 21 plus, tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
If you're looking for a dependable pre-owned commercial work truck, one name says it all. Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Box trucks, cargo vans, flatbeds. If it's a work truck you need, you'll find it at Indy Trucks. Plus, they're inspected, certified, and come with a 3,000-mile, 3-year repair warranty. Easy to get to and easy to work with at Indy Trucks at 96th and Keystone or IndyTrucks.com. Indy Trucks. We'll be looking for you.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Baptist Heating and Air? Well, find that American Standard dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
It's the Let It Snow event at Windsor Jewelry. Buy gifts now through December 18th, and if it snows on Christmas Day, your gifts are free. Complete rules and gift ideas at WindsorJewelry.com.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis.
The Hoosiers host the Michigan Wolverines. Saturday at 2:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
From playing in a phone booth, becoming a Morse Reservoir All-Star, and earning status as an ambient player, it's time for the best of Coach Rick Venturi with a breakdown of yesterday's game. Brought to you by the District Tap. craft beer on tap, and damn good food. North at 82nd Street, just east of Keystone at the Crossing. And now downtown at Georgia Street and Meridian.
An hour of the Rick on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. All right, let's get to the matchup coming up in a short week on Thursday. And there is a scroll of injuries and did not participate in practices today. We'll have to sort all that out. But I want to start here with the other side of the football. Given what took place for the Texans in Baltimore yesterday, how has that defense looked recently without J.J. Watt? Because he was an absolute terror in that first game the Colts won here.
Well, that is a big issue with them, as well as getting their quarterback sacked, which he's part of the problem on that. But as far as the Texan defense, this is not our father's Texans. This isn't even the Texans that we knew a month ago. The Texans were always top 5 defense, no lower than top 10 in everything. At times. Possibly, sometimes their pass defense would be below that, but this was in a lot of sacks, with Watt and with Clowney. And then there were the 2 ambient guys right there that I just mentioned that you always had to have some kind of game plan, at least situational plan for J.J. Watt. I mean, if J.J. Watt got down on Glowinski, you had to either audible, help, or get your quarterback knocked off. I mean, when you ran at Clowney, there were certain things that you had to do. You got to stop penetration. So, both those guys were ambient guys in that they did force you to game plan around them. Not that it was impossible. But when you look at them now this moment going into Houston, they have awful defensive statistics. I mean, they're 26 total. They're 29th against the pass. They're the 26th sack team in the league. And the only good thing, and this is why I want to temper, and this is why I always put a warning label on a great game that we had against somebody. It may not be the same game plan this week. You can wish it so. But, even though the Texans aren't very talented on defense right now, they've got about 4 decent players. But they're not that talented, but they will play fundamentally better up front. Jacksonville has really lost their way. If they're not rushing the passer, they don't have gap integrity. They don't have physicality up inside, and their numbers show it. They were 24th going in, and doggone it, they look like 34th on Sunday. Well, this is, the Texans, the one thing they do a decent job of is stopping the run, so you got to understand it. And statistics matter when you get to the 10th and 11th week of the season, where they have been just terrible and really terrible against us is against the pass. And you can't forget that. Remember, we gained 62 yards rushing, but we came out throwing, and Jacoby went, he lit it up, maybe the best game of his career with 321. And their secondary is just a mess. I can't tell you really who is going to start this game. I really can't. They've got a bunch of corners like Conley. Joseph is in and out. Lonnie Johnson didn't practice today, even in the walkthrough. Reed, the safety, looks like he's out. So, they've got a bunch of guys that are in and out. There isn't a great talent there. Roby hasn't played in a long time. He's really the bell cow. So, I think now when you approach these guys, it is approaching their scheme more than individuals. Now, the 4 good players that you have to worry about, now they're not ambient players, but they're good players, is Reeder is a force inside. You have to make sure if you're running a power play that you're doubling him. He's number 98. You want to make sure that you double him and get after him. He's a really kind of an under-the-radar interior player. And they're going to load up against us. They did that last week. They loaded up, and they actually dominated. Even though we won the game and we won a lot of things, I think we had 33 minutes of time of possessions, but they dominated the fourth quarter and almost pulled that out. Now, Merciless is a solid player, and he's kind of their weak side linebacker on the edge. They're going to bring him as much as they can. He was a great number 2 to Clowney. I don't think he's a great 1, but if you go to sleep on Merciless, he can run the edge. I think their 2 best players are their interior linebackers, McKinney, 55, who's been a little bit of a Colt killer over the years, and Cunningham, 41. So, I think they're going to give you that under double sink. They're going to try to, force you to the outside and run it down. That's what I think they'll try to do. But I still think that, you have to have a mix. You have to be ready to run the ball 40 times, but you got to be ready to pass it 40 times. And I think, they're going to give you a better front, even though it isn't that talented. It'll just be better structured in terms of the run game. But I still think you can pound them off tackle. I think you can run at the edges, both at Merciless and at Scarlett. I think they're decent guys. I've always said that you want to play this team opposite of what they think, or play them wrong. You heard me say this a few weeks ago. Get in your base sets, your two tight end sets, and that's when you want to throw, because they're really predictable. They'll bring 5, and they'll either play 1 or 4. They're very predictable in the back end. And then when you get in nickel and spread them out, then you want to run first and pass second. So it's you kind of want to mix and match that situation. I do think you want to beat them off tackle. I think they'll be solid inside. I think they'll force you to go off tackle into the outside. But I don't think Merciless and Scarlett are man mountain guys on the run. I think they're better rushers. They have about 9.5 sacks between them. Also, I think you want to take advantage of McKinney. You want to take advantage of good player and what they do. McKinney and Cunningham are going to go to that ball. So you want to give them some misdirect. I thought the Colts did a nice job. They ran a little misdirection. They had a lot of action underneath, but they ran some misdirection zone plays, which freezes the linebackers a little bit. And then I think you want to run the bootlegs and the play actions where you get them going one way and go against the grain. As far as throwing the football, I think because of the secondary issues, you have to probe them. They go one of two ways usually. They will play what we call quarters, which is a matchup underneath, but it's kind of a 4 across the board. Defense has a zone and man element, or they go heavy man-to-man. Now, that's what Romeo did different after he's been sliced up by our team, and particularly Hilton has sliced him up over the years in that quarters, so he vowed to do something different. So in the last game a month ago, he came up there and pressed everybody and played real hard man-to-man and, brought the extra guy down in the box. And, of course, Grimes did a good job on Hilton, but he's out. He's gone for the season. And they matched him. I don't know who they would match up against Hilton right now if he were to play, but he didn't even go through the walkthrough again. So, I think you want to probe them. If it becomes a quarters game quickly, then you want to run that strong side. You want to stack up in there, short splits, get them to play off. You want to run double posts and scissors between Pascal and Ebron. You want to run that second receiver on a deep out against quarters. All the things that beat quarters, spin post, all the stuff over there. And I think you can take your shots because when they play quarters, their safeties play really tight. And they really expect them to fit and then get back, and many times they can't get back. Now, I don't think they'll play us that way. I think they'll play us like everybody else is trying to, and that's real hard man-to-man press. Remember, our wide receivers, again, I think caught totally 7 balls, for 66 yards. So, we're still not a receiver threat. And just remember, now you're not going to run for 264 every week, and really our protection – and our passing game wasn't really that good Sunday. When we had to throw and we went in that 2-minute drill, go back and look at it, we really struggled on protection. We struggled on the edge, both Smith and Costanzo. We struggled on blitzes. We got hit right in the face. We got hits. We got like 5 hits in 8 plays before the end of the first half, and we had no separation again. So I look for them to do that. Now, they really struggled against us with the rub routes and the pick routes and in real narrow splits because that got them off real quick. So, you got to be really ready for that. And then, I think, again, you got to make sure you secure the edges. You can't let Merciless beat you off the edge. And then when they do get to third down, they'll give you volume, like everybody else. Now, we did a great job. We just simply kept Jacksonville out of that by never letting them get after the first half. They never really got into a third and long. But when they get in third and long, then they're going to give you a lot of action, and they're going to blitz you. I really do believe that we have shown so many vulnerabilities. We have so many free hitters, it's not even funny. For one reason or another, we have a lot of free hitters on the blitz game, so that's what I expect from them.
Did you see that happening earlier this season? Is this all a part of as of late for whatever reason? This offensive line not protecting the way that it has?
I don't believe. I saw it in training camp every day. I didn't think that. It was very disappointing. And of course, in training camp, you think, well, maybe we're a little bit behind on that. But I haven't thought that our team blitz pickup has been nearly, not even close to what it was a year ago. It's been so inconsistent. And people see that. I mean, like I said, in my world, that's all we do is study your tape. And, people copy, they come back, and they repeat things. Now, Sunday, it didn't become a big issue because of the 264 yards rushing. But if you take sections out, it's still a problem. And so I do worry about that. And to answer your question specifically, this was evident in training camp, and it's been on and off most of the year. And that's why I give Jacoby a lot of credit, because he's erased a few of those free hits. He's erased some of those free hits. When they have hit him, he hasn't given it up. He's been tougher than hell. And, whenever they put a good guy down on Glowinski, it's a crapshoot.
So Rick Venturi on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, the hour you have to hear each every Monday for a breakdown of the Colts game yesterday that went over Jacksonville in the short week in preparation for another big game in Houston coming up on Thursday. So what did you think? This is me. My uneducated opinion was it looked like that even beyond knocking down kicks that Adam was kicking or hitting the ball a lot better than he had been.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I think he had one that looked scary to me. He had one little bit of a hook left, but overall, no, the kicks. And I've never thought it was leg. I mean, I've never, ever thought it was leg in terms of age that way. I just think that more than anything else, it is a confidence issue and a, kind of in the tank mentally on it, a mental block like a rider has a rider block. And, again, he rebounded the last time, and then the next week went back in the tank. So, I mean, I don't think we're out of the woods on that by any matter.
Seems like he's really good. The week after they bring in a group to kick, it seems like he's really good after that week.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's that or that you hit bottom and you got no, it's what's that? Freedom is nothing but nothing less to lose, but at Chris Christopherson's line.
You're gonna get some late 60s on with us right here.
Yeah, right there. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And I think sometimes you hit bottom and then, okay, I got nothing to lose, and then all of a sudden you're back in there. So, we'll see. But I do agree with you is that, he did look like himself. I mean, there's no question about the ball came out of there, and it direction was really good.
Hey, the segment's going great when Rick can get some me and Bobby McGee reference going on in here. So
I just came off that Kenny Burns. I don't know if you watched it. He has I love all genres. I mean, I can go from old Elvis, rock and roll to new stuff to country. But Ken Burns, who does those great documentaries like on Vietnam and Second World War.
That one's great, yep.
He did the country music thing. It's about a 7-part, about 14 hours. And I'll tell you what, it's just compelling. So I got a little bit of that on my mind right now with Christopherson.
Yeah, where are you? I don't know if we've gone over this entirely, but why does it always seem that this team plays down to the competition, up to the competition? Is that because maybe they're not as good as what we think, and they're certainly not as bad as what others believe? Does that make any sense at all?
No, that's a good point. And you know what? That's been hard for me hard to me to deal with. And I think sometimes we probably put, because it's natural for me, it's natural for all of us to always put it on emotion. It probably has something to do with, I think we're a very good team. I think we can go a long way. But Sunday was such an exception to get 33 points. It's hard for us to get 33 points. We're not a team that gets a lot of explosive plays. Now, even Sunday, we got all our explosive plays in the running game. I mean, we got the 1 3rd and 19 on a screen pass. I mean, we don't run by anybody. We don't create big chunks down the field, and therefore you don't score a lot of points. So when you're like that, it really doesn't matter whether you play Lombardi's Packers or Jones Junior High. You're going to be in a tight game. I mean, I really think Sunday was a little bit of an exception because I think that running game, as good as it was Sunday, and we are a good running team, I do think it's an anomaly. I don't think you can count on that week after week in the NFL. And because of that, and because we have liabilities in the passing game now, and it's not our quarterback. We don't have speed until Hilton gets back. We're not explosive on the outside, and we have protection issues. Even Costanzo and Smitty got beat off the edge Sunday. I mean, those two young guys beat us off the edge again. So, I mean, there's some issues there. And when you ask whether we play down, I don't know if we play down. Maybe that's just who we are. And I'm not saying that we aren't a good team, because I think we are. But we're a team that, is more like Lombardi's Packers than it was Air Coryell. He used to beat a lot of people 16-10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's highly unusual. It's kind of like,
but we got a challenge,
it's like watching the Pacers and how they treat the three-pointer. I mean, it's like
that's right.
a 90s NBA team, and this is like an old school, or at least when it has.
Kind of old school.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Lombardi raised up and said, boy, they ran to daylight. This was, Jacoby had a good game, and it was Bart Starr-like numbers, not
it hadn't happened since. They hadn't had two 100-yard rushers since Randy McMillan and Albert Bentley back in '85.
I know.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. Now, we got a real challenge on defense. Now, we played very well until the fourth quarter last week, but the Texans have a three-headed monster. Now, they got their butts chilled in Baltimore. They just couldn't stop. They couldn't stop the quarterback, and then they got behind and they got the quarterback sacked. But they've got a good running game. Now the running game is a little bit distorted, but they have, I think, two good runners. I really do, in Hyde and Duke Johnson, and they run that zone offense, and I think those guys are good. You can't let that get going, and we did let it get going finally in the fourth quarter, but they're fifth in the league. Now, remember, that's supplemented, by the eel at quarterback. That guy is hard to bring down. You tackle him, it's like grabbing a Neil. He's right through you. They're extremely good in the red zone, although we had the key to winning last time was we had 3 red zone stops, but they're fifth in rushing. And again, you got to include the quarterback stuff. I just think a thumbnail sketch, you've got number one, you've got to stop the basic running game, which I think we will. That doesn't bother me, but I think we will. But that's Hyde and Hyde and Duke Johnson. But I think just with that, we've got to make sure that we protect the edges on both the designed runs and the ad-lib runs by Watson. Watson, this kid is just amazing. This kid has accounted for 75 touchdown passes over his brief career, 12 rushing, 63 passing. He's got a lifetime passer rating of 103.1 at 67%, 1,000+ yards rushing and 8,500 yards passing. This guy's a real special guy, and I think you have to be really alert on defense design-wise for a situational ball with him. Now, they're not going to run him every down, but when you've got games on the line, 4th and 1, 3rd and 2, when they get in that low red zone, you're going to see it. And you got to be able to do that, and you want to keep him in the well. His 2 interceptions against us were in the well. His sacks come when people keep him in the well, because he'll hold on to the ball. He is a guy with their long, they're like we used to be, a lot of play action deep on first down, and he'll hold it. And what Baltimore did was they rushed him with great discipline. They kept the edges on him, but they kept them tight. He couldn't escape out there. When he started to run late, they would come off their blocks and get him. He is trouble if you let him on the edge. You let that guy on the edge all day. You don't think about that. You don't have a good rush plan. He can get you. Just like we had him stopped all day, and then they can score in a hurry. And then you have one of the great receivers. I think he's Hall of Fame bound. He's got Hall of Fame hands and body control. This is a guy with 603 catches, 8,000 yards, 51 TD in Hopkins. And so, the 3 things you got to do is stop the run. I think you got to keep Hopkins you got to keep Watson in the well, and you have to situational plan for Hopkins, which we did a great job. We bracketed him in the red zone last time, and that was why we got the 3 stops. We bracketed him on key third downs, and then we were very alert to him when they get in spread. They're predictable in a sense if you're calling the defenses. Matt's calling the defenses. The way I look at them on first down, 1st and 10 or 2nd and 6 or less, which are kind of the same down in the NFL, they're going to play Clemson football. They're a college football team on first down. They'll run the zones, the zone reads. They'll run a little bit of option. He loves to run the play action and take the shots. All those things that, like I said, on first down are Clemson. Very much collegiate offense, utilizing him, and then bootleg passes. All the stuff where his legs can be a factor, and he factors into the running game. If you get him behind an account, if it goes 2nd and long, they go right from Clemson to Bill Walsh. They go right now to a West Coast. They get in spread, and it's what I call a get back down. If you get them 2nd and long, they're going to spread, and they're going to put Hopkins inside at 2 and 3 in the spread with Stills in there with him. And they're going to try to work your linebackers on slants and pivots and options just to get back to 3rd and short. And they really want Hopkins. So that's another situation, that 2nd and long, when they get in spread. I would have an audible. We had a critical one where Walker came over and doubled him in a critical situation in that spread, and we did it. And then on 3rd down, it's situational. If they're 3rd and 2 to 3 or 4, then you got to be ready. They're going to run all those man routes. You got to be ready for those rubs and picks. If it gets about 5 to 8, then it's going to be Hopkins. That's the place you want to double him, in that middle window. And then 3rd down, they're going to screen it or push it deep. So you kind of have a feel for what they're going to do, but you got to execute against a guy that can really put the numbers up.
Hey, really quick, and this is with Rick Venturi on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I want to leave you with this and get your thoughts. I saw this earlier today. Deion Kane with the Steelers off the Colts practice squad says they need playmakers. I am definitely that guy. This is me paraphrasing, not an exact quote. Can he be that guy that he wasn't here in Pittsburgh?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm really disappointed. I think he came in. I thought he had a really good training camp after missing that whole year. He had a great training camp a week ago. I had tremendous hopes for him. I thought he was a guy that was going to be able to really stretch the field, would come on, would learn how to play. Obviously, there's some immaturity with him. He wasn't able to progress like they wanted. But, coaches have accountability, too. When you have talent like that, just like I gave Rathman all the credit in the world, well, you need to bring that talent along. I mean, they always told me when I first came in the league, anybody can coach a front row guy. What the great position coaches can do is take that guy who's talented but has a liability, either work habits or mentally or something, and get that guy to go, because it's the talented guy in the end who is going to be really successful. He didn't produce to the level they wanted. He wasn't reliable. He busted key routes in the Pittsburgh game, and I think that was the final curtain for them. But I worry about that whenever I'm kind of an Al Davis guy. Go back to his great drafting. There's no substitute for speed, and it's up to the coaching staff when they get something like that to get it out of them.
So Rick Venturi, always awesome, always educational, and a must-listen for an hour every Monday beginning at 4:30 right here on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. It's a short one. Are we going to do Friday too?
We are going to do Friday. That's part of my deal. So we will follow up on Friday, and I'll talk to you Thursday. We'll be talking every damn day
this week, and that makes the day the best it can be. Thank you, brother.
All right, done.
So Rick Venturi on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Podcast that 1075thefan.com. All right, other side. Let's do some calls. 30 minutes or so. I'll tell you what, in the next 30 minutes, I got Black Crowes tickets to give away. The reunion tour, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. The Robinson brothers have buried the hatchet and they're back together, and they're going to be on tour this summer. My friends at Live Nation, they brought them in. Thank you, Live Nation folks, as well, and we're going to give you tickets to that coming up in the next 30 minutes. Black Crowes, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center, coming up in August of 2020, just 30 minutes away. But you at 239-1070, coming up on the other side in our final 30 minutes on the air here next.
It is the best part of your game day experience. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Titans and the Colts. Get your Colts VIP tailgate passes right now. It is the absolute best. All you can eat, all you can drink. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Here. Hey, it's John. Jimmy's messing with my microphone. Jimmy, don't mess with the mic. John's got the mic. Jimmy's got the mic now, though. Hey, FanDuel Sportsbook is officially live in Indy. All right, let's get to the real gist of what we're doing here. It is get the money line spreads, parlays, props, everything that you want anywhere in the state of Indiana. I mean, it is awesome, and it has some great features. And here's what they do. They offer up promotions every week. They'll change them up, and it makes it more entertaining, and it gives you even a different chance. I wouldn't say a better chance at time, but a different chance to win. They're always looking out and finding new ways for you to win. Plus, FanDuel Sportsbook is offering a risk-free bet worth up to $500 when you sign up using the promo code JMV. That means if you lose your first bet, FanDuel will give you a refund in site credit. So this weekend, you're looking at some games. I talked about Penn State, Ohio State a little bit earlier. Maybe that's the direction that you go. Don't forget, you can bet on that game risk-free. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Visit FanDuel.com/sportsbook to claim your risk-free bet. The promo code is JMV. Let's all play together. It's a party here. The promo code's JMV. First online wager only. Refund issued at site credit. Terms apply. Must be at least 21. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hey, this is James. I'm 53 years old, and I've struggled for years with ED. This killed my confidence with women. I just wanted to be able to perform in the bedroom like I used to. I've tried pills and even the pump, but they never worked for me. I even visited a urologist who recommended an implant, but I just wasn't comfortable with surgery. I heard about Peak Performance for Men on the radio, so I thought I'd give them a shot. Their office was clean and welcoming, and the doctor was very respectful. He reviewed my medical history and knew exactly what would work for me. The treatment is painless, no drugs, needles, or surgery, plus I saw results almost immediately. Their technology is superior to anything I've found. I now have the confidence and the sexual performance I enjoyed in my 20s. I highly recommend Peak Performance for Men to anyone who's dealing with ED.
Call Peak Performance for Men at 317-967-8181. That's 317-967-8181. Or visit peakperformanceformen.org.
JMV here for Connecticut Water, the absolute best water. Hey, I don't tell you that, but also Kristen Airy tells you that. Tucker Barnhart tells you that. It's the best water you can find anywhere, and you need that in your house, too. I mean, it makes a huge difference in the taste of your water, in the way that you bathe, the washing your clothes, all that. So Connecticut is the best. And Joe, John, and Dennis of Connecticut, they're giving you a way to really cash in this and get something free. Are you ready? Get the best water, buy the Premier Series water softener, and then they give you a K5 in-home drinking water station absolutely free. And it's a game changer. It really is. Joe, John, and Dennis, thank you very much. Buy one and get the K5 free. 2 locations, Northeast Side Castleton, Southside US 31 and Southport Road. Online, ConnecticutIndy.com right now.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Your world moves fast. Welcome to Velo, the nicotine product that was made to keep up. Velo is the modern take on nicotine. They're pouches that are made for you, made for right now. Because with no spit, no smoke, and no hassles, there are no limits to where you can go. So whatever your destination is, Velo's ready. Velo, no limits. Visit Velo.com. Website restricted to age 21 plus tobacco consumers. Underage sale prohibited.
The following is a district-wide service announcement from the District Tap.
The District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. Wait, hey, can we say that? Damn good food?
Yes, I'm told that damn good food is totally acceptable. Go ahead and pick it up from there.
The District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. And don't get me started on all the sports at the tap. Over 60 big f***ing screens with as much NFL and collegiate football action as you can handle. Weeknight matchups? Yeah, we have weeknight games. Looking for a spot downtown to catch that game? Get your over to our new downtown location at the corner of Georgia Street and Meridian. Game on at the District Tap. How's that?
Fantastic.
The District Tap. Craft beer on tap and damn good food. North at 82nd Street, just east of Keystone at the Crossing, and downtown at the corner of Georgia Street and Meridian. Online at thedistricttap.com.
Hey, BullseyeEventGroup.com, the Colts VIP tailgate. It was another great event yesterday. All you can eat, all you can drink. See you guys working right now. Alas, there is no home game this weekend. And that's kind of a bummer, too, because these are awesome. You know how great these are? Like other markets. Yeah, Detroit's in on it now. New Orleans is in on it now. They had folks in from Vegas checking this out. This deal that Kyle Kinnett has put together is sweeping the football nation right now. And you can be a part of the next one, too. As I mentioned, all you can eat, all you can drink, top shelf everything. Celebrity chef Aaron May is the guy that prepares the food. You get Skids, you get Indiana Jones with the music. I'll do a little radio show there. It is the absolute best. Your game day experience, the best it can be. And remember this, coming up in the month of December, late in New Year's Eve, your chance to be a part of the greatest New Year's Eve party ever. And I mentioned Victor Oladipo being a part of this. I mentioned a live national music act being a part of it, too. More details when they come, but right now, make sure you're at the next Colts home game, and you're doing that in style with BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. We are so excited to officially be launching our 5th annual Climb for the Kids. This year, I'll be taking my team down to Ecuador as we attempt to summit the 20,000-foot supervolcano Cotopaxi. This year, we've chosen 5 incredible organizations to raise money for, and our goal, $100,000. Follow our journey and make a donation today. ClimbForTheKids.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Don't suffer through another winter in a cold, drafty home. Call Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct offers windows that are made to perform in our climate with aerospace technology that helps the windows last up to 5 times longer than the competition and come with a lifetime warranty. Right now, buy 1 window, get 1 window free. Buy 13, get 13 free. Buy 75 and get 75 free. There are no limits. And 0% financing for 36 months plus free installation. Now, some restrictions apply, so call 317-659-8191 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com for your free in-home estimate, and you'll be saying, I love my windows. Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Robert Kirby says the dependability of American Standard products is not by accident.
American Standard, they're doing more research and development. They have it tested in the field. So when it comes out, there's just not very many problems. I mean, we get a new product line on a new furnace, and it's just very reliable.
And Kirby is very reliable at 317-892-3614. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
There's a lot of short-term health insurance out there that never really pays for the important things. Prescription drugs, pre-existing conditions, even preventive and maternity care. That's why so many people are choosing a CareSource Marketplace health plan. Now you can get real coverage with affordable copays, even for urgent care. You can even qualify to save hundreds off premiums and out-of-pocket costs. This is real health insurance you can really afford.
Marketplace plans from CareSource. Enroll by December 15th at caresource.com/marketplace.
Come share a Coke at the Colts Ultimate Tailgate Party next Saturday from 11 to 1 at the Meijer in Greenwood, presented by Meijer and Coca-Cola. Come meet Colts alumni player Mike Pryor, Mascot Blue, and the cheerleaders.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of tires, only at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
It's the Fan Morning Show with Jeff and Big Joe.
Tony Dungy, how you handling Adam Vinatieri?
He didn't miss 11 kicks the whole time he was with me. This is uncharted territory. You've got to look at the situation and make sure you're doing the best thing for the team. We'll see how it plays out. I think Adam's going to be there the rest of the year, and I think he's going to make some big kicks down the stretch.
The Fan Morning Show with Jeff and Big Joe. Weekday mornings, 7 till 10. Only on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Well, you're going to have to say that. You're going to have to speak up because I can't hear you.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Colts Roundtable Live, top of the hour. You guys got to be there. It's Matt Taylor, Frank Wright, Jim Sorigi, Joe Wrights. Hey, shout to Joe Wright yesterday, along with Big Joe Stasiak. They were fantastic as a part of our Colts pregame huddle. And it was an all-around great day yesterday prior to the game. I know you guys are having a blast. And I forgot to mention this. Maybe a little bit on Friday. I think I mentioned it for the most part on Thursday. And now I've had a number of people say, hey, you give this stuff away, and every time I try to call, I never get through, and I must be the unluckiest human ever. It's not that. It just, you get a large volume of people that phone at once, and it kind of shuts things off, and you'll get the all circuits are busy. So I'm working on some of you out there. I'm working on Marcus MVP at some point, who reached out earlier today. And I want to give love to Deputy Craig. Deputy Craig said the same thing last week. So we set Deputy Craig up with a pair of tickets and then a couple of passes to the Bullseye Event Center. And one of the chief reasons why I did it is because so many people over around Ben Davis and in Wayne Township mentioned with such high regard Deputy Craig. So I said, this is going to be a hell of an idea right here. Let's get this guy to go to Bullseye, and then you'll go to the game. And it was awesome. And from what I had heard, Deputy Craig had a great time. And that's what the Bullseye Event Center is all about. Great time yesterday, great food. I do an hour, but it's before the doors open. And then I normally try to get back down there when I'm done north of the stadium and get back down there and have some fun with some folks. But it was great. And I know Kyle's working on some things. We're going to New Orleans mid-December, and I'm going to do the Colts pregame huddle live from New Orleans, and we're going to go to the Monday Nighter. I don't know. There still may be tickets available for that, and that is a great deal if you have a huge Colts fan in your family just in time for the holidays. Like, I give you a great example. My 50th birthday is on the 16th, so we're going to be in New Orleans, and I am going to get drunk as a skunk down there. I can guarantee you that. It is going to be a blast. And there still may be tickets available. I know my guys, Tucker Barnhart and Drew Storn, are all in on going too. But it shall be a blast. And you can count on it always being a blast with Kyle and BullseyeEventGroup.com. And I mentioned too, during the break, they are putting together a New Year's Eve party with Vic and with I don't know who it is yet, and I couldn't tell you because I have not been told, a national recording artist down at the Bullseye Event Center. So we'll give some passes away for that as we get closer and closer to the new year. All right, we'll close shop up. Coming up on the other side at 239-1070. Email address JMV at 1070thefan.com. Tomorrow's show, we'll dive more into the stuff we didn't get into today. We'll get more with college football and the IU loss at Penn State on Saturday, the preparation for Michigan coming up this Saturday. Bob Knight being at the Bluebird. I mean, there are a lot of places around Bloomington I wasn't shocked, but surprised Bob Knight shows up at. It was an event inside the Bluebird. And you know me and the Bird, I love the Bird. I was talking a little bit earlier with somebody. There are a lot of things to love because Bloomington is so damn unique. And the Bluebird is definitely one of them. Our friend Clayton Anderson was down there, a lot of former players. And I am of the belief that at some point this season you're going to see him back at Assembly Hall. But that was something. I know a lot of video was shown via the internet by virtue of that gathering on Saturday. But more on that and some other stuff. We'll also get you the Pacers and the Nets, see what they do coming up later on tonight. Most of the team now is under some sort of injury, and they're on the road in Brooklyn coming up later on tonight. 6:30 your coverage begins. Check that, 7 your pregame coverage right here with Pat Boyle and follows Colts Roundtable. Coming up at the top of the hour, the next 15, your chance to win some Black Crows tickets. And we'll close it strong per usual, 239-1070 next.
This November, join the fan as we celebrate Movember with Franciscan Health. Listen on air and visit 1075thefan.com for tips to stay healthy. Franciscan Health, inspiring health.
Hey, this is Dan Dockage for Steffi Hadaway Insurance. Did you know Steffi Hadaway sells life insurance? If you're like a lot of people and think you've waited too long or can't afford a life insurance policy, then you should talk to Mike Steffi and his team at Steffi Hadaway Insurance. They represent dozens of life insurance companies who can tailor a life insurance policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call Steffi Hadaway at 317-334-3743 today or shiagency.com.
Hey, golf friends, it's JMV here to tell you all about the 27th year anniversary membership special at the Legends Golf Club in Franklin, and I love it. For only $89 a year with a $10 per year administrative fee, you can get a 2-year anniversary membership at the Legends Golf Club and enjoy unlimited golf Monday through Friday. For an extra $50 per year, you can play 7 days a week. Enjoy golf at the Legends Golf Club in the 2021 seasons for only $89 per year. There's never been a better deal from a better golf course in and around Indy. I know from my personal experience. I love it. You must call today. Tell Ted that I sent you too, by the way. The Legends Golf Club, 317-736-8186. That's 317-736-8186. Call the Legends Golf Club before this deal ends. If you love golf, you're going to love this. 317-736-8186. The Legends Golf Club in Franklin.
Hey, I'm Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan, here with Chuck Jones from U.S. Chevy. Chuck, the holidays are coming, and I need a big sale.
We've got you covered with our Black Friday event.
Is this right? Silverados for $199 a month?
That's right, just $199 a month.
Wow, do we have any SUVs?
Yep, we have the all-new Trax for just $149 a month. Just $149 a month.
That's unreal for a brand new SUV.
Yes, sir. Find new roads to Bill Us to Chevy or online at BillUsToChevy.com.
Ask for the Black Friday deal.
Hey, John here for LD Smith Plumbing. It's Lance and the team at LD Smith Plumbing, 24/7, 365. Any issues that you have, they're there for you, too big or small. I mean, for example, faucet, maybe a drippy faucet drain situation, maybe a sewer line replacement. I mean, all big, all small, they can take care of for you. 317-284-9526. I, for example, have a ton of stuff going haywire in my home, and my wife wants to move like the washer outlet from one end of the basement to the other. I sure as heck can't do that. They can at LD Smith Plumbing, 317-284-9526, 317-284-9526. And right now, get a $150 discount off of any gas or electric water heater. Again, $150 off any gas or electric water heater with LD Smith Plumbing. 317-284-9526. Or my guys Lance and the fellas online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
AFC West matchup on another side of the border in Mexico tonight between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Steve Barry from the Sports Plus Network here to preview this one.
Yeah, KC and LA Chargers trying it once again in Mexico City. KC laying 3.5. The total's 52. KC coming in at 6-4. The Chargers at 4-6. With a win, they would only be a game behind Kansas City. Kansas City with a win would pretty much lock up the AFC West. Guys, before you throw your hard-earned money away on a hunch, give us a call and find out what we know about this game at no charge. You owe yourself that much. You will call us back in the future. We're making a lot of people in Indianapolis a lot of money. Make the call. We'll give you the winner of Kansas City, LA Chargers at no charge. 1-888-895-6555. Chiefs Chargers winner at no charge from Sports Plus Network.
Hey, John for Love Heating and Air Conditioning. My guys, Chris and John, I'm always ready, willing, and able to get the job done right. We had to deep freeze, last week. So that kind of put the red flag up if your furnace is working or not doing the work that it should be doing right now. So call on my friends at Love Heating and Air Conditioning with a JMV discount right now. A clean and check of that furnace, making sure it's good to go. Again, the alarm went off, so use the JMV special, which is awesome. $64.95 is a great price. A clean and check of your furnace with people you can absolutely trust. It's Love Heating and Air Conditioning. On live, love-hvac.com today.
Ever wonder why certain jewelers try to convince you not to buy a world-class designer ring?
The reason that they are steering you away from designer rings is simply because they can't get them.
That's Michael Clavina, who used to work at an ordinary jewelry retailer.
They didn't have the ability to carry these lines, so they steer you away from it to steer you more towards their generic run-of-the-mill styles. The quality is a world of difference when you look closely at them. With mass production of pieces like the store that I used to work for, they don't have the quality control that these designers do.
But at Diamonds Direct, you can choose from over 4,000 rings from all the top designers like Tacori, Veragio, Simon G, Henry Dossi. Handcrafted rings on every woman's wish list.
When you combine the quality of the designers that we carry here at Diamonds Direct and our ability to offer pricing that is just unbeatable, it builds a piece for her that is unique to her and special in every way.
Diamonds Direct. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Join the Fan November 23rd as we celebrate Movember with Franciscan Health. Listen on air and online for tips to stay healthy. Franciscan Health, inspiring health.
Hey, join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about tonight's Pacers and Nets game. Also going to continue the conversation about the Colts' big win with Chappie and, of course, with the voice, Matt Taylor.
The Ride with JMV.
What did you say? I said we need a water break. You need a water break. Water is for cowards. Water makes you weak. Water is for washing blood off that uniform, and you don't get no blood on my uniform. Boy, you must be outside your mind.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Final time. I appreciate you. Jimmy's running things over there. Jimmy's going to hold down the fort. Kyle gets back. Kyle's in charge of the Pacers and the Nets broadcast. Pat Boylan sitting right here with a pregame show coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. That follows Colts Round Table coming at you with Matt Taylor. Frank Reich with the conversation. Colts win yesterday and win handily over the Jacksonville Jaguars. A short week and a scroll of injuries for them to deal with in preparation for that Houston matchup coming up on Thursday night. Yeah, quite the time to have a short week. There's no question about that. And tonight is the night. JMV, what are your thoughts on the running back situation? Can you trust Jonathan Williams from what you saw yesterday? I think you're going to have to trust somebody here. I mean, there's going to be no Marlon Mack. We'll see about Jordan Wilkins, but, yeah, there's going to have to be some trust in there. Listen, if you're able to throw the football, and we'll see about T.Y. Hilton later on this week. I mean, have your fingers crossed there, but if you're able to throw the football, and I think logic would dictate you should be able to, considering there's no more J.J. Watt, maybe look to that. But they're so banged up and down right here. And it's a little crazy when you just look at it for face value. I mean, as banged up as you're going to see a team right there. Hey, JMV, shout out to Center Grove Trojans football making it back to the semi-state round. They host Ben Davis Friday night. Yeah, I was talking about that a little bit earlier, too, David, the fact that you look at the MIC football teams and everybody thought that this is a season and the downfall and regular season, what it wasn't. Normally, it's dominant itself. And what happens? 3 of the 4 teams in 6A are from that conference. So kind of the way that it goes right there. Hey, JMV, what's your thought on Vinatieri? He's the GOAT, but in this world, it's what have he done for me lately? Well, listen, I mean, what have he done for me lately? Fine. Yesterday. Hell, I don't know if you can count on that, but he was fine yesterday. I don't know if you'll count on that forever. I don't know if you count on that on Thursday, but he was absolutely fine yesterday. Listen, I know this is not going to happen, and it sounds ridiculous, but maybe bring 3 more dudes in off the street and have them kick. Just go with a little karma, right? Don't break the streak. It seems like every time they bring somebody in, for whatever reason, he becomes more reliable. Thoughts on the Southport paying tuition for players from I Know a Dude. Here's what I think. I think it stinks from this standpoint. Those kids do not deserve to miss the sectional. That part to me is a joke. What have they done? What have those kids on that team done to miss a sectional? All right, according to Bobby Cox, quote, as an egregious of a violation of undue influence as he has seen in his time with the IHSAA. If that's the case, then so be it. Then do something with the coach. Then do something with those that erred in judgment. What the hell did the kids do in this? I mean, hell, the kids should be lucky the kids are going to Southport in the first place and haven't migrated to Perry Meridian to Roncalli as they probably should have. That's what I read right here. I mean, those kids. I mean, you got seniors on that team. How many seniors are on that team? So Southport is removed from the 2019-2020 boys basketball tournament. Yeah, and I saw assistant superintendent, and I like Bob Bohannon a great. It's like the only one over there I like because he's the only one over there really worth a damn. Yeah, where's the super in this right here? Is the super going to speak? Probably not. No. Hey, listen, those kids don't deserve that. Hey, listen, if this is some incredible misunderstanding, which it doesn't sound like with the quote from Bobby Cox, what have those kids done? What have the kids done? They accepted payment to pay. Oh, all those kids, they paid all those kids, dumbass. That's what you're saying? This guy's such an idiot here. Those kids did it. The kid that accepted it, he's been ruled ineligible. Those other kids didn't do anything. Numbnuts. I'm telling you, this guy's the biggest dumbass on Twitter right here. Seriously. What have those kids done? Well, they've ruled on one. What do the rest of them do? Where do they go? Go to practice every day? Work really hard? What have they done to deserve that? You answer that, Kevin Numbnuts. Nothing is what they've done. They should go over and play for Mark James as they should have done in the first place, or go play for Mike Wantz. Seriously. That's what they should have done in the first place. Let me flip a coin here. Would I rather play for Mark James or whatever the hell this guy's name is? What do you think? What do you think? The kids that didn't do anything don't deserve to sit out any damn, because of an error from the coach, don't need to miss out on any sectional play. That's a joke. A joke. Oh, I got to run. Hey, Black Crows tickets. Hell, I almost forgot. Look at everybody calling in right now. Black Crows, August. Turn me down just a little bit here. I can't hear myself think. Oh, there you go, Jimmy. Number 10 at 239-1070. Hey, shout out to the breakthrough from my man that always never gets through. Call it 10. Thank you, Rick Venturi. Appreciate you. Colts Roundtable, top of the hour next. Good luck on the tickets.
Powered by the Hubler Auto Group, Indiana's auto giant. When shopping for a new ride, click drivehubler.com. Only Hubler includes a 10-year, 200,000-mile limited warranty.
This is Big Joe, and I want you to join me at the 4th Annual Movember Tailgate Party presented by Franciscan Health. We'll be at Books and Brews on Shelby Street Saturday, November 23rd from 11 to 2. Watch the pre-games with us and eat free food. You'll also have a chance to win Colts, Pacers, IU, and Butler tickets from the Fan, and you'll receive free health screenings from Franciscan Health. And it gets even better. The first 100 men to participate in the health screenings will receive an empty growler and a gift card to fill it up. For event details, visit franciscanhealth.org/MovemberIndy.
Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Vuse Alto is a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Our best vapor yet at our best price ever, 99 cents, plus tax at participating retailers. 99-cent offer applies to Alto device. Pods sold separately. Underage sale prohibited.
There's a lot of short-term health insurance out there that never really pays for the important things. Prescription drugs, pre-existing conditions, even preventive and maternity care. That's why so many people are choosing a CareSource Marketplace health plan. Now you can get real coverage with affordable copays, even for urgent care. You can even qualify to save hundreds off premiums and out-of-pocket costs. This is real health insurance you can really afford.
Marketplace plans from CareSource. Enroll by December 15th at caresource.com/marketplace.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trust local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. One of the owners, Dave Machine, says humidification is also an important aspect to heating your home.
Homes dry out so bad that you'll get dry skin, scratchy throat. Some people get nosebleeds, and there's humidifiers, whole home humidifiers that can be put in. And it's recommended you keep the house around 30-35% humidity.
Call B&W Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning for all of your heating needs, 317-243-3581. B&W is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
What would you do with the money if you didn't have to pay your house payment for 2 months, especially around the holidays?
That's right, no house payment for 2 months. This is James Hawkins at Golden Oak Lending. Don't let money problems spoil your holidays. you can use the increased value of your home to pay off bills or get cash out.
Why pay 18% credit card interest when Golden Oak's mortgage rates are in the 2s?
If it sounds complicated, it's not. Just call us. We're here in town, we do all the work, the call is free, and we'll tell you in about 10 minutes if you qualify. You have nothing to lose, and we want to talk to you.
Refinance to a low rate, get cash out, and put 2 months of house payments in your pocket. Visit GoldenOakLending.com or call 317-706-GOLD. 706-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending cured my blues.
NMLS 114937, regulated by the Indiana Department of Financial Institutions.
Keep yourself in the black